That doesn't help at all. We should. Okay, now we should have audio. I think it just took a second to start registering.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was really bizarre. Somebody want to walk in the other room and listen, make sure we said, or that.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Audio. Yep.
You doing that doesn't help. Fucking shit.
Let me. I'll be right back.
Chuck, figure it out, man.
Are you signed into Discord on that machine?
No, I don't think so. Is it stuttery? I don't know. That's what I'm asking. So.
Charles, how does it sound? Sounds
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Sounds
Well,
fine.
we might be a little loud though, because that just.
Well, Curtis just had
That
it way
just-
too high because
Nah.
No,
because
no,
he turned it up so he could hear us.
well, you just peed super hard there.
Oh, I did. It's because I'm excited that we're live.
I think we're starting to peak now. How?
It's great. Not only am I sexually excited, so I'm looking forward to the peak. Also, I'm on drugs, so I'm looking forward to the peak because of the lights.
All right.
The come up.
Sure.
I dropped 2 tabs before I went to work. So,
Yeah.
and by went to work, I mean before I arrived here. So,
Oh. Okay. Day's got to go to work. Tabs.
now live on our channel.
Everybody in the podcast was half an ounce. Not weed, coke, dumbass. I meant coke. Sit down.
Who else will be joining us in the chat today?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't post this in the Discord.
I did.
Well, then there you go. Someone noticed the lighting.
Hurrah! Am I? Ooh, yeah. Yes, we do have RGB mood lighting. We are fucking mooded it up. What color would you like behind me, Andrew Green? I'm going to make your day.
I bet he wants green.
Could be.
Or maybe he wants blue and yellow.
Perhaps. I can do that.
Yeah.
Tell me, Andrew.
Tell me.
Don't delay. I'm going to move on to the next caller.
Yellow and blue make green. That's how you know it's sealed.
Ziplocs, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, I can't wait any longer. Next caller.
Sorry, Andrew. Call back in when you're ready.
I would like it to be flurple.
Sure.
I don't think we have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Make it flurple on Pluter Day.
There's some ultraviolet in there.
Whoa.
I can give you ultraviolet.
Yeah, put some Mila Jovovich up in that shit.
Is that purple? I can't tell.
Yes.
I feel like I want a light box for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just diffuse the colors.
I'm going to give you pink. Maybe blue. Well, let's give you a little bit of... That's an awful blue.
They're just not showing up well.
Well, I'm looking behind me, and it's still an awful blue.
That's a great blue.
That's pretty good blue.
That blue's fantastic.
That's not a good blue.
You're a good blue.
This is a good blue.
It's good blue.
You're my boy.
Green,
Yeah, green's pretty vibrant.
red.
You just got it cycling, don't you?
Yes.
I'm going to go back to pink. Hello, Bob Connolly, or
Here we go.
Robert Connolly, as you are called. Oh, no.
Did you use fade or smooth?
Smooth.
Bottom right.
Oh, man.
That actually looks pretty fun on the live.
I know.
On screen. All right. Everybody go to the stupid one.
Oh, no.
Which one?
Did I? I think I stole yours, Chuck.
Somebody stole mine.
It's flash, top right.
Like top right?
Oh, no, you didn't put it on. Yeah, the top right gray button.
There you go.
Strobe. There's flash and there's strobe.
There we go. Now it's fucking party mode.
Oh, my God.
This will be what we do when we announce a 5 jocks.
Yeah.
We'll just go fucking nuts. That looks awesome.
Oh, my
and
God.
Stupid.
God.
And I'm gonna-
someone's television is
Right.
Chuck, go flip the switch on the wall.
What the hell? It's supposed to be solid color now. Oh, it is solid color. It's just everyone else's are overriding mine.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That actually doesn't look too bad.
Yes, we have new lights.
Oh,
This looks so stupid. It's great.
I'm just tearing up everything. Sorry.
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
I can't tell if yours
No,
is
it's just-
going because everyone else's
No,
is.
it's not.
Yeah, you can. I'm hitting smooth.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
What?
Oh, Harlow finally got into rave mode.
I was. I turned
It was-
it off. I thought we were done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put mine on smooth.
Let me smooth mine. Smooth it up.
Oh,
Make-
man.
Make me smooth.
I got you. I got you.
Okay, you got me, dog.
I have no idea where I put my remote. It might be in my pocket. We give every movie a rave review.
Yep.
Wait. Solid color. Or is that just your?
You're smelling color?
I thought I was on a solid color. I am.
You good, fam?
It's just your bead.
Yeah.
Mackie, you're washing over into me.
Yeah,
Get your.
I think it's yours. Yeah, I think it's his.
I'm just fucking with you. I really don't care.
I was just fucking with you.
That is fucking.
Whatever. It's colors. It's makes it slightly less boring. But
Y'all
we're,
heard about
we're,
this shit
we're
called
still on
boot
it,
cake?
so like all we can do is make it slightly more visually interesting.
30 seconds after meeting somebody.
That was record time from like I have never interacted with this human being before. To
You guys from Duval? That's cool.
What is bukkake?
Bukkake?
Like
What?
yeah, we had a 0 to bukkake.
We met a gentleman at one of the pinball conventions.
And you discussed bukkake with him?
He brought it up.
Yeah, it wasn't our place. I mean,
He asked us if we'd ever heard of that
One
boot
would
cake.
think that it might be me. It wasn't.
Nope. We were just like, hey, man, how's it going? He's like, you guys from Duval? We're like, yeah. He's like, you ever heard of that boot cake? And we're like,
And then I was like, do you mean bukkake?
I'm like, which direction is he going with this? Like, he's like,
What direction was he going with it?
porn.
Yeah, it was.
So he was just.
he discovered.
He had just heard about,
Yeah.
or just read about
Yeah.
boot cake.
He was very interested in sharing the news.
So he was doing like the Trump thing,
Yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you ever heard of this? This thing where all these dudes skeet at the same time?
Yeah, I was instantly uncomfortable.
I thought it was fucking
I think
hilarious.
I think we
loved
call that a skeet all rich.
it. Yeah, that's good.
God damn it.
Oops, all skeet.
Yeah, oops, all skeet. I think I just almost got space coat.
Sorry,
bukkake.
you almost got
We almost lost all of our new cameras
Yeah.
and all of our new lights
think I
to
just got
a space
almost-
Coke spray.
yeah,
They would have
or-
been
Actually,
bespoke.
that might have been a space strawberry shortcake. Is that right?
Maybe there's a little bit of weird strawberry flavor. So another thing that we got going on besides
besides Space
Blights,
Coke.
besides Spoke, yeah, we got Space Coke.
Brought to you by-
We also have, courtesy of listener and friend Jens, we have a digital photo frame, which is a weird thing to announce that we have, but this will be going on the wall behind perhaps me over here.
I have given one of those to my parents and one of those to my in-laws.
Yeah, it's for old
And
people,
now
so
I
we
have
have
been
one.
given one
Yeah.
by someone else.
So anyway,
Circle of Life.
you will be able to email photographs to be displayed on the live stream above one of our shoulders at some point very soon. And if you abuse it, you will get. We will come to your house
This is
and punch you in the neck.
going to get abused so thoroughly.
Yeah. Anyway, we have some controls that we can set for it, and we have an email address that will be announced later. Just watch the
Oh, we already have an email address.
No.
Yeah, you said one.
Yeah,
We will have an
will
email
create one.
address.
We'll announce it later.
Sorry,
I'm pretending like I have my
I
shit
didn't mean
together.
to spoil the souffle.
I'm pretending I have my shit together. Never works. Anyway, we will have an email address where you can send us photos and possibly GIFs. I don't know. Anyway,
You can send videos.
I like
yes.
gifts. Shower me with gifts.
yes. Well, Jens showered us with this GIF.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's just a goofy thing. We were talking about it in the Discord.
We should let everyone but him send pictures.
Right.
Well, he sent the device, so
Right. So that's his
That's
picture.
exactly why.
Yeah.
I have a
No,
question.
I have an answer, maybe. I don't know.
Is this to be mounted vertically or horizontally, or portrait or landscape?
You can do either.
Oh, well, I know. I meant what is our choice?
Oh, well, I was thinking we would go, the sinner's choice portrait.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm
yeah,
kidding. Landscape.
No, we would do portrait.
Well, I was
because that
thinking-
way the dongs will be full
Well,
frame.
I mean,
Oh,
here's where I was
okay,
going.
fair.
Is like, what is the intention of people to send us? Are they going to be sending us
Dongs.
like movie posters? Because movie
Probably.
posters are.
Oh yeah,
Are
yeah.
We will probably end up with a lot of.
We could set up a bunch of movie posters.
I'm
but
just saying. Like,
Get in touch with that one guy. He'll send us some bukkake.
Well,
boo cake.
the other thing
I'm
we
going to
could
put it
do-
on a spinner actually.
Yeah,
so
the other thing we could do is like if we're talking about a scene or like the way somebody looks ridiculous in a thing, we could just
it's entirely
ourselves
possible
be
we
like,
could do that.
Look,
Yeah.
this is what they look like in this fucking weird ass.
and depend on the randomness of the thing to show it to us.
It cycles in order.
Does it?
Yes.
Nice. So yeah, we could do that. We could try that out. But it's a thing to be explored. We just got it to the studio this week, so we'll get it set up, and you will see it in a live stream soon, and we'll probably make a little announcement.
Sure.
But we have to be careful about it because it can be abused, and we don't want to be looking at a million dongs to filter out the like
It's too many.
three good dongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The three boobs.
Really, I mean, if you're gonna spam us with dongs, make them good ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Hashtag.
Not too veiny. Not. Too, I mean, you know.
Oh,
Also,
no, I like them veiny.
Really?
Yeah.
We will critique your dong.
Live.
I said not too veiny. I mean, like, you know, you don't,
Okay,
you
yeah,
don't want it
okay,
to be like,
yeah.
you know, like the Hulk after he
Not
hasn't drank water for like a week.
Right. Not just nothing but veins. We
Yeah.
want some frenulum in there.
Yes, that's the email address, by the way. Nothing but veins.
That's a good name for a
That-
podcast.
That way we'll weed out all the people who know how to spell and who don't.
Write that
Oh,
down.
yeah, good point.
Mail it to ourselves if we ever come up with a matching podcast for nothing but veins.
We'll already have the gentleman's copyright on it.
Yeah.
Is which vein? I mean, EI or AI? Which?
Whatever
EI,
you want it to be.
EI, because it's or,
Well, I
or
mean,
either.
yeah, I was gonna say
We could talk about
we're
weather
If we're
vanes.
putting up pictures
Oh, weather
of ourselves
yeah.
on our smart frame
Yeah.
behind us, then
Yeah.
it could be AI.
Well, we've been putting up pictures of ourselves on the internet for years.
Oh,
anyway.
or A&E. Yeah, that can be just weather vanes. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so
so
send
many
nothing but
veins.
pictures of
Hot.
weather vanes.
So many veins.
We'll get tons of cocks either way.
Yeah.
Because they have a rooster on.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Did you get it? You get it?
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
the joke?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start a podcast.
That was some pretty good news.
So we could do
Because it
Vanuary.
also has northeast. South, yeah,
Vein-
yeah.
Venuary.
God damn it, Chuck.
January. Yes.
Nothing but veins.
Yep.
November.
November vein. November vein. That's when we do too many veins.
Right. Yeah.
It's raining veins.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, and then there's dismember.
Nice.
Y'all seen Dismember?
Y'all seen dismember? Yeah.
Yeah, so basically,
anyway.
coming soon.
Yeah,
Cox.
yeah, just nothing
Yeah.
but dongs. Straight dongs.
Yep.
Anyway,
Or
tell us
gay
what you
dongs.
like
I mean,
about
you know,
the.
like we don't discriminate. Sure. Whichever way the dongs want to point.
Just
left,
make 'em
left, right,
photogenic.
back, forth.
Right. Light them well.
Yeah.
Speaking of light them well, we have new cameras and new lights also. Please tell us how much you like them. If you do not like them, please keep that to yourself. We spent a lot of time on this.
We did.
Not really.
No, we did. Shut up.
Okay. You guys spent a lot of time on it. I just showed up and flipped
We
around on my
collective-
phone and then said, "Hey, that looks all right."
Everybody put together.
We collectively spent a lot of time on it.
Yes.
Mostly Harlow, so send him a nice note.
Or dongs.
Yeah, dongs. Send me dongs.
Yeah.
Send me a dongle.
Harlow at bmfcast.com.
Right
Send
now,
me a dongle.
you're gonna bike
Right
dance
now.
with some
Yeah.
dongs.
Fuck yeah. No, that's dangerous. I've seen little Donnie want to get a.
All
Anyway,
right.
yeah, we're online. Let's talk about this fucking shit.
Yeah. Clap it up.
All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey! Bamcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 533, we think.
Hot
It's been
damn,
so
that's correct.
goddamn
right.
long.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
right.
that is the
been a
actual
week.
number.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a week. Yeah, that's right.
We did a
just
trial run.
Yeah,
last week.
I forget. Like the lack of live stream fucks me up, and then it feels
One
like we
week.
didn't do a show. And, Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Harlow,
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
and what we do each and every episode of this proper BAMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Jocks.
We really like Robot Jocks. It's quality.
It's pretty good.
However, there are bad movies, and stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Oh no!
Boo.
A boo!
Gross.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Nobody
So
likes
we are still celebrating the March to Freedom with our not exactly Blaxploitation History Month.
No, it is.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't take place in the actual proper month where
It's
it
a
has been
better
designated. It is a better month. We are doing Blaxploitation History Month in March
Right. Because we had to.
because we had to. And we did 1977's Black Samurai.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry, I don't know why I put the extra blah.
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 You just put some sauce on
I
it.
just
Blah.
put a little bit of extra Dracula in
Yeah.
it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's Blackula.
You got to wait
sorry,
for the
yeah.
Blackulas. We're not there yet. But no, Black Samurai, 1977, starring Jim Kelly from BMFcast prior.
Yeah.
From BMFcast prior. Yes, that is where he's
Spotty history, I will say.
Yeah. He's been a hot potato.
Eh.
from. Yeah, hot potatoes.
Black Belt
hot.
Jones.
Yay.
Huh? 3 the Hard Way.
3 the hard way. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. He's also in Enter the Dragon, but we haven't watched that for the show, so it
Nah.
doesn't count.
No.
But it's pretty good. You should see it.
Yeah.
They do some cool shit with mirrors.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I have heard that. Yeah. Got some other people in it.
Mm-hmm. Who?
I'm pulling them up right now.
Okay.
Marilyn Joy, who is
Joy.
like the main. Yeah, Marilyn Joy.
Joie.
She was in Kentucky Fried Movie. We haven't covered it, but she was in it.
Same year.
Also, from a previous, the most recent Blaxploitation History Month, Candy Tangerine Man. We didn't like it. Also,
No, we
been in
did like
Hammer and Black Samson.
Yeah.
So
I think we mostly like those.
We liked all of those.
Did we? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting. Is it Black Shampoo with the Mopey?
We did
Zoo
not
line?
like
we
Black
did not
Shampoo.
like Black
That's
Shampoo.
the Mopey Zoo line one.
No,
No,
that's
no,
Black
no. That's
Samson.
Black Samson.
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
We liked
Black
Samson.
Shampoo's the one that takes a really weird left turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Halfway through.
Wait, we liked Mopey Zoo line. I don't know why. I
We
thought
did, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought we hated that one.
Because like they
Sorry.
started throwing washing machines and shit down on them
Yeah.
at the end of that
That's
movie.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
He had a Mopey Zoo lion.
Right.
Motherfucker had a lion.
I don't know. Maybe I just equating the word Mopey to like we didn't like it. So.
Yeah.
1 to 5 Mopies, as in Mopey.
Oh, that bald dude.
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that did the electronic music.
Nobody listens to techno.
The techno.
Directed by Al Adamson, who somehow this is the first Al Adamson we've done.
Somehow.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's known for being a bad filmmaker.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, that's true.
I will not disagree with you there.
Yeah.
As the person at this table who has sat through 20 goddamn Al Adamson movies.
Why?
We
How?
Okay, because we had the box set, and I'm like, I need to sample these to see what other films are going on the list, and this was the only one so far. There's still some others to sample, but like his first like 15 movies, oh my god.
Well, I mean, I've seen a semi version of Dynamite Brothers, but that's. I mean, I saw a live version of like MST through it.
Yeah.
People talking over it. I guess you would say.
Yeah, it's like
live
seeing it,
riff.
Yeah.
but different.
I got to see a live spit take when they dropped one of the many words that they dropped in this one, but only once in that movie.
Oh,
Yeah. Like someone just was planning a spit take. And
okay,
performed it very well.
clever.
Gotcha.
Got it. Yeah, this is a movie that has stuff in it.
That's correct. So I guess we'll rate it. 1 to 5 jocks and
Man,
robot
our,
jocks.
our
or-
episodes
So-
are going to be so much more streamlined going forward.
Yeah.
Put the lights in, and it's
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
Like,
Like light speed
Yeah,
now.
we're like, man, why are we recapping this?
Yeah,
It's a movie. Things happen.
This one's a tough one to recap anyway. We did see the extended version of the movie, didn't we?
yes, the way it was meant to be seen.
it's not a quote unquote extended version. It's more like
It is the original,
theatrical cut.
Something happened along the way where the only version that got out was cut in some way, shape, or form.
Probably just cinema like real breaks, and they were probably just like, fuck it, we just don't have a good copy anymore.
Maybe.
I mean, honestly, this just seems like that kind of movie where
I mean,
film breaks a few times, and it's just like, fuck it, this is what we have.
if I recall from 3 years ago, we were literally either the night before or about to watch it, and someone alerted us to like, hey, every copy out there is bad.
Yeah, it does say a censored version exists with all the swearing and nudity edited out of the
Well,
film.
we wouldn't have wanted that.
There's not.
well, that would be
There's
like
not
There's
much,
not
right.
an excessive amount
that
of
movie
swearing
would be
or
literally
nudity, really.
16 minutes longer because I think that like there was a solid 12 minutes of that bored white lady dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of bored white lady dancing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have been gone.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was like that went on a while. Like that seriously would have shortened the runtime of this movie by a lot because that lady was on screen for a long period of this movie.
That lady
Yeah, but-
stripped and still had clothes on.
Yeah, she did have like stripception.
Yeah.
It's the
going
art
on.
of burlesque,
Yeah.
Chuck. You
Oh.
gotta keep them wanting more.
Huh.
It's the tease.
I did. I wanted more
clothes.
I didn't want the
More
tease.
clothes?
I
Yeah,
wanted
Yeah, we wanted her to have like 5 bikinis on, and
Yeah.
then just keep
pulling off bikinis, man.
cycling through them
yeah, like show me a full laundry load.
to the point. God, we're
Like-
jumping
like
so
that
far
Weezer
ahead,
video?
but to the point we actually booed when it was actual boobs.
Yes, when tits came out, we were like, boo.
Well, just because like after that many layers, I was like, please let there be one more tiny layer underneath
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Tassels or something, you know.
Just pasties, yeah,
Yeah.
anything.
But anyway,
But yeah, so the movie opens with 3 toughs following a woman through what appears to be Hong Kong or
Yes.
some Asian locale. I don't think it's ever established where it is.
lady in a hat.
I believe
Yeah.
they mentioned Hong Kong a couple times.
Okay.
So
Okay.
But she ends up, they follow her for quite a while, which establishes this is a Manos Hands of Fate type thing where it's like, all right, we got to fill a bunch of time. What can we show? How about just variations of the same scene for like 5, 6, 7 minutes? So 5, 6, 7 minutes, they follow her through Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she gets home and they pull up and then they sneak into her place and they kill her. I guess they're butlers or bodyguards or something,
Bodyguards.
but they're not good at anything because they die quick.
They're pretty good at dying in a pool.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
good at that.
Yeah. And they
And I
kidnap
mean, a
this
pool,
woman.
like in a pool of their own blood, but also in a pool.
Yeah.
Like,
right,
so double pool.
which
Yeah.
then contains their
Yeah.
own blood.
Also a dead pool, so it was like all the pools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where to go from there. But
Oh,
they're
sure.
dead. They dead.
They did, and they take
Cold
the lady.
opens over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Title card, which it says that this is based on a novel, which I assume is a Stephen King novel, where he greatly describes in detail traveling somewhere for like 18 pages
Sure.
straight. Because that's Stephen King novels in a nutshell, is like intricate detail of traveling destinations and what everything looks like.
Yeah.
Because
But-
that's what this movie is hey, let's go here and
Yeah,
walk
it is
around.
a series of pulp novels, apparently. But,
Okay.
you know, they don't matter because this is not, even if the novels tell a cohesive story, this movie does not.
Okay.
So, yeah. But the title credits, pretty fucking sweet.
They are awesome.
Maybe the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
The title credits, which actually spill out into the FBI warning in the beginning of the disc, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Severin.
yeah.
Severin did a good job with the FBI warning because it's
They took some of the silhouettes from the
Yeah.
opening credits and put
Yeah.
them over the FBI warning.
yeah.
I mean, this is a disc that shares space with another movie.
Death Dimension.
So I don't know if that also has this Saul Bassey intro thing happening or not. But
We'll find out
I don't know. Maybe.
one day.
Yeah.
That's another Jim Kelly movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but we are introduced to Jim Kelly from Here playing tennis.
Yeah.
And
Just
he-
like you expect.
But it's also like one of those like 70s rackets that's super tiny. And for half a second I was like, God damn it, do not be a badminton racket, because I was not going to buy that even for. I'm sorry, but
You don't think he's bad enough to mitten?
I think he's a bad enough mitten, but I think he's a bad enough motherfucker that he'd never touch badminton. Like,
Maybe he's playing some pickleball.
I'm sorry, but badminton is just some shit that like
What the fuck is pickleball?
I don't even know. I just love saying pickleball.
Fair enough.
Badminton is just some shit that I'm as a white man I'm embarrassed to play. Like that shit is like
You are-
Why? Just because you're hitting a shuttlecock?
Shuttlecock.
No, I'm just saying like that. I'm sorry, but that is the whitest shit that might have ever been invented. It's like let
You
me,
you yourself are saying that you're not white enough to play badminton.
We live in a world where curling exists.
And
yeah, but that takes
tetherball.
more effort. I mean, like badminton is like
I'm white
you
enough
know,
for
like
curling.
tennis is like you got to move and the ball is bouncing. So like, what if we slowed that way the fuck down until it's like you're almost playing tennis on the moon? That's what
I've seen
badminton
some
is.
people play some like intense badminton.
Oh,
on
Olympic
the internet.
badminton.
Okay.
is,
Like,
you know.
but
wild.
however, as a recreational game for normal people, it's
lame.
bullshit.
It's like croquet. It's fucking stupid.
Well, you heard it here first, guys.
Yeah.
We have thoughts on sports.
we have taken a stand against badminton.
I've taken a stand on any kind of garden games like badminton, fucking
What about jarts?
lawn darts or
Yeah.
darts, like lawn darts.
Either.
I mean, that's dangerous.
You mean
Yeah.
gene darts?
I mean, I
Darts.
will allow lawn darts because there is an actual danger aspect involved.
Yeah.
yeah, you got to get out of the way.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm
Throw
saying
it at your little sister and see
I'm
if she can
saying
dodge
things-
fast enough.
things where you're sitting around drinking a mint julep or whatever, or
What about bocce? How do you stand on?
yeah, I'm saying no bocce, no
Man, fuck you. That's where I
Man.
draw the line on you.
You're anti-bocce?
Yeah, I'm anti bocce. I'm sorry.
I'm coming out against Harlow's stance on bocce. I'd like to officially announce.
Again,
But
like
I
all
hate
of these
you.
things you can play in a hardcore manner, like badminton. But like, have you ever seen like? I mean, no one's
Overhand bocce. It's
no one's
fucking
like,
intense.
no one's like brought out the Mountain Dew rules of like croquet or anything yet.
I want to see
Okay.
X Games
Speed croquet,
croquet
yeah.
for sure.
What if there was like, hey, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this
Yeah.
is Fibonacci bocce? You'd be like, you'd be in on that, wouldn't you?
is that like infinite
Yes.
ever staggeringly harder?
You have to bocce
ball?
inside a spiral.
Oh, okay,
Yes, the difficulty keeps increasing and it never gets better.
yeah.
But if that was if that was the Jackass intro, you would watch that episode.
If it was Fibonacci bocce, yes, I would
Okay.
watch that because yes, I want to see how the point system works.
Each ball
you
is
care about the intricacies of Fibonacci.
each
bocce.
ball's size is the sum of the two previous.
Right. That's what I mean.
Well, speaking of caring about balls, this movie doesn't.
Yeah, he plays tennis for a while.
Oh right, yes.
And the FBI shows up and they're like, Jim Kelly, we need to speak with you. And he just keeps playing. He's like, all right, 30 love.
Oh, they're not the FBI. They're his bosses
Oh.
at the Defense Reserve Agency Guardian of Nations.
Dragon.
You mean
Dragon. Because he's an agent of Dragon.
Yeah. Well, he's like, hey, you like Imagine Dragons? Because imagine me dragging this out for 20 minutes.
They're like, hey, come over here. We got something to talk about. And he's like, no, I have to beat this lady
Yeah,
in
he's
tennis.
Like, he's like, A, I'm on vacation. B, this bitch is going down.
He's like, she's not going to score a single point.
Yeah, the only
She doesn't.
No.
the only love she's getting is on the scorecard.
Yeah. To the point where he actually talks about going out and finding another lady within earshot of that lady being there.
Oh, I think she was just
The tennis pro?
She was just there for
Yeah.
tennis purposes.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was
I'm
just
pretty
the
sure that Black
strip
Samurai.
club
Club's tennis pro.
Now,
No time for
Is it-
love,
is-
only loves.
I haven't looked at the IMDb, and I just want to ask this because you probably have. Is his character named Black Samurai?
No. Robert
No.
Sand.
Sand. Okay, so I thought they were saying Sam, like short for samurai.
Sand.
Sand.
Yeah,
The whole
that's fair.
movie, I was like,
I couldn't really tell what they were calling.
I
him
never
anymore.
heard a name, and most people, like all the bad guys, just refer to him as the Black Samurai or like the proper
Oh,
name.
plenty of
Black
people
Samurai.
do just call him Black Samurai.
Right,
But
well, that's what I'm
he
saying.
also has
Sometimes,
another name,
sometimes
so.
it's he's the Black Samurai. Sometimes it is capital B,
Yeah.
capital S. Samurai.
The bad guys call him Sand a bunch, but it's
Yeah,
the audio in this movie not great.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, it's
not
not
great.
It's very bad.
but yes, I was not sure if like people were saying Sam, like short for samurai.
Yeah. But eventually they give him dossiers of all the dudes that we saw in the beginning. And then,
They bust out some fucking absurd, like, and this guy's the warlock, and he's into Satan
they're-
worship, and it's like,
They're Carmen Sandiego dossiers.
Yeah.
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 Well, he says, I'm going to a place to meet a lady, his girlfriend, who is the lady who got kidnapped in the cold open.
Toki.
And they're immediately like, well, that won't be necessary because she's already been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because she is the daughter of, how was it introduced?
Oh, the Ministry of the Samurai.
Code? But I think
Ministry
it's
of the Samurai
yeah,
Code. Yes,
yeah, Minister
Yeah.
of the Samurai Code or something like that. He's
That's
very
right.
important.
Minister.
And it's like, okay. But I mean, like, these are adults saying these words with straight faces.
Very straight faces.
And not in like a we're in Sharknado kind of acting style way. Like
Right.
this is
They're like, listen, Black Samurai, the warlock's back again, and this time he's got
This time he's
snake.
pissed.
yeah. That's what's great about it.
But what's great is they just keep they're trying to lure him back into service, and he's like, "No, I'm on vacation." And they're like, "We'll give you extra money." He's like, "No." And then they're like, "What if we tell you that they kidnapped your girlfriend?" And he's like, "The fuck, I'm in."
yeah. God damn
and it's
it.
like, why did you lead with that?
Yeah. What was all this other
He
shit?
would have paid attention to the rest of the briefing.
right.
I
He would've
really
been like,
respect that from the Black Samurai, though. Like, I don't give a shit what happens when I'm on vacation, and he shouldn't either.
No, but these guys should open with, "They've got your girlfriend."
I mean, honestly, catastrophes while you're on vacation are the absolute best case scenario because
Oh yeah, because you don't have to deal with it.
Well, no. A,
Nobody
you don't-
can get mad at you.
A, you don't have to deal with it. B, if nobody else can deal with it, suddenly your usefulness is brought to full light.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Holy shit. We just
that guy's not
realized like
here.
when that person's not here, we're fucked.
Yeah.
And that's the best.
But
thing
then
that
they don't approve your vacation next time, and they're like, "I'm sorry, we can't have you leave."
Yeah, you're too important.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
Heard that one before.
happens. Yeah, and then you'd be like, "Well, let me introduce you to Mr. whatever his name is, Esquire." And
Who is whatever? Like your lawyer?
yes,
Oh, okay.
Esquire would be the part that
Why, it could have been Bill and Ted.
actual Esquires
Okay, fair enough.
has passed the bar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He flies home in an excruciatingly long scene.
Of course.
Gets in a cab to go home in an excruciatingly long scene.
Of course.
Gets home, walks into his garage, rolls out in a badass car.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to
Yeah.
look this one up because it's awesome and it deserves recognition. But
It's a purple Maserati.
yeah.
With a little bit of a ding, but
With
that's
a ding
okay.
in it, yeah. And we thought, we're going to see how that ding happened
But-
in a stunt later in the film.
I was
but
going to say, we'll
we
allow the ding because it's also he's got full James Bond gadgetry on this thing too.
He does,
like
yeah.
like in 1977 having a car phone, which only crazy people
it's
had.
weird how unfazing that is. Like when he was talking on the phone, I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But we live in the future. This is the past.
Right.
But
But he does have underguns.
yeah, that's what I mean. He has side-mounted guns. I'm sure he has oil slicks, all those kinds of things. But yeah, it's a purple Maserati, and I love it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Porsche at first because it kind of looks like is it a 577 or 977? What is that? Not 911 Porsche. That was
It was the 944.
944.
944,
Kinda-
928.
It kind of looks like that one.
There's a bunch of them.
Little bit.
It looked like the Lamborghini Miura to me, but it didn't have the logo.
Right.
Black.
Gotta have the logo.
But
He immediately encounters a car full of toughs.
Yeah,
Who-
I was gonna say, like, at this point, like, I'm gonna say, like, the whole second act is just, like, I got a little bit of information, maybe.
Everything from this point on is
Yeah.
just utter nonsense.
Mostly, I mean, it's just like he kind of like he will kind of either Tufts will find him and just randomly fight him, and they'll be like, "Well, I got to get out of here," and this scene's over, and no consequences. It's not like, "Oh shit, I just got attacked. They're onto me. I must move forward." It's just like, "Well, I got away. Whew." And the bad guys do the same thing. They're like, "Well, Black Samurai beat me. Oh well, just back to business as usual."
Yeah.
It's like,
Back to base.
yeah.
Regroup. I'll fight him again later.
Well, yeah, this whole second act is basically just him driving around, kind of occasionally getting some information from his dragon contact guy. Mm-hmm. Like at one point, he goes to an island and gets attacked by like 4 gangs of warriors.
So that's way later. This is what's okay.
Yeah,
He's samuraiing in his apartment.
Yeah.
sure.
And instantly there are people in his apartment suddenly who attack him. And
Oh god, I'm sorry. Another thing that sucks the life out of this movie in the early bits is, I only said this because we were joking. We're like, okay, you need to get to the samuraiing. Like, we were joking that all he's been doing is blacking so far.
Yes.
Because
going around
at this
being
point,
cool.
like before he's even whipped out the sword in this sequence, he's had a flashback sequence to how he met
Yes.
what's her face, and they walk around
Toki.
a zoo or something, and he kisses everything but her lips for a long time, and
Yeah.
their love affair.
I don't mean
is
like
full of
everything, just
passion.
everything on her face but her lips, and
Butter lips?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and then finally he is in his apartment,
That
somewhat
so
samurai.
that scene happens while he's driving because the
Yeah.
film melts into the other film, and you're like, "What's happening?" And he's just in this garden with her.
For a long time.
Yeah.
For too long.
Yes. So he's doing his samurai stuff in his apartment. Suddenly, there are bad guys in his living room. One guy is like cloaking his face so that they can dub in, and that's another thing too, is that there's so much dialogue spoken off camera in this
Yeah.
movie. I was surprised. It was about 12 minutes in before the first words were spoken on screen by somebody. But this dude shows up covering his face like Dracula, like, "Yeah, see, I'm here for you," and meh, and he's a little person. There's an army of little people in this movie. We'll just say that.
Yeah. Is that like an Al Adamson thing?
Not to my knowledge. That
Okay.
must be in the book. The book must have been like, and then the
Okay.
army of little people
Because
arrived.
I mean, there's
it's-
no other way to put it. He straight up fights a bunch of little people.
He does
at one point.
Yes,
I mean, that's one of the warrior gangs on the island, I believe, is like the Lollipop Guild shows up.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he immediately. He's like kneeled with his eyes closed, and then that guy shows up and puts a shotgun in his eye, and he just immediately gets out of that and murders that man, and then
I bet
another
your hands aren't faster than bullets, and then he immediately proves that they are faster than
Right.
bullets.
and then he knocks another dude out the window of his apartment.
Yep.
To which-
Defenestrates him.
Yes. To which his buddy shows up and then walks in through the window like, "Hey, what the hell's going on in here?"
I mean, he was protected by a silver spoon. So
Okay. He's like, "I got a map and an invitation to the bad guy's lair. You want to go?" And this is dumb because we're 25 minutes into this movie. He goes to the bad guy's lair and he's there. He could do literally anything he wants to do. But
and they all know who he is.
they know who he is. He knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But he still shows up. They do the dance like, here's my invitation.
Mm-hmm.
And then a white lady strips for 20 minutes.
That was the board
Yeah,
that white lady I was referring to.
Yep. God, she looks bored. And yeah, it's a slavery ring, so she's supposed to be one of the slaves.
Yes.
Who only perks up when Jim Kelly's there.
Yes, of course. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
This is a shitty party in a shitty room.
However,
They have a vulture, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just
they have
fucking for no reason.
a vulture. Which a vulture has a name, and I know he says it later, but I
It's
can't
like
remember.
Voltrar.
He's Zoltar.
Tells him to fly. And
Voltar.
Valtrex, attack.
Valtrex, yeah. Well, that was too late because we already saw that scene earlier.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah, but so there's just a vulture hanging out on one of the balconies.
And
That
everyone's
vulture
cool
is
with it.
pissed. Everybody else is cool with it, but that vulture does
Yeah.
not want to be there.
But-
If I went to a party at someone's house and there was a vulture, I would be like, I'm not staying here.
well, I mean,
Absolutely
can you blame
not.
the
I
bird?
would-
He's not there for. He's there for the after party. That's literally their mo.
Yeah,
Right,
I
sure.
wouldn't eat anything at the party.
No.
Well,
No.
Right.
There's
Especially
also-
nothing like in an open bowl that's like
Yeah.
liquid.
There is also a 15-piece mariachi band.
Yeah, they're the third best thing about that party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they got their $20 worth out of that band because they play the whole song.
Yeah.
They got their $20 worth out of that stripper girl
Yep.
because
'Cause they get the
she's
whole
there
strip.
for 20 minutes doing this. This is where we're introduced to Sin,
Yes.
SYNNE.
who is, I guess, the high priestess of this
Spoiler.
warlock cult. No,
No, that's a big reveal at the
Oh.
end.
is it?
Yeah.
no,
I
not the
could've
end.
swore she-
As soon as
I thought she had a folder.
yeah,
Did
she
she?
did.
Yeah.
Yes, and they start arguing about it as soon as Jim Kelly's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure she either had a folder or like.
Well, they sure as
Yeah.
hell treat it like a reveal at the end. And I'm
Because
like,
the warlock guy, who's just this dude with no neck,
Mm-hmm.
this scrawny bitch, and
he's the worst. He is literally the worst main villain I've seen in a film in my life. I can't think of a worse. Maybe Jay Davidson in Stargate.
I mean, he
maybe
he looks like he'd be like the assistant manager at like a Wendy's.
He's
I mean,
wearing
like-
he's wearing a frilly shirt and an ascot and
He's a grocery store department manager.
I-
That's
I-
what that fucking
you know,
dude is.
you know,
Yeah.
I almost said Publix, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I'm the only one that actually worked there, so it's personal.
worked
I worked at a
Okay.
Winn-Dixie,
I
which is
worked
like
at Publix.
Publix for shitty people.
Okay,
I
fine.
got suspended for.
Okay.
And
Oh, nice
the-
I told you about
the
my.
manager actually asked me if I was taking this serious, and I'm like, no, it's Publix. I'm going to college in 3 months.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking this
Good for you.
seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I did almost the same thing. My no neck middle management guy, I told you, he fucking
Oh,
got on
no-neck.
us for like going to the water fountain for carrying out
Oh, yeah.
groceries in July. And it was like, it's fucking
Yeah.
108 out there, and you're making me wear slacks.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But
here,
yeah,
you
And an,
polyester vest
and an
cock knocker.
apron, like for
Oh,
no
yeah,
reason.
you had to wear the
Yeah,
apron
no
too. Yeah.
reason.
That's
Yeah.
to keep your shirt clean.
but
Okay.
either way, this guy is low tier middle management.
Yeah.
he's awful. And he and his henchmen walk into the middle of the room and just start having a conversation about who knows what because you can't hear anything. I did not realize that this dude was the villain for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I just thought he was
That's
just
because
some.
they don't give him a reveal.
No,
they don't
yeah.
give him a theme song.
I just thought he was some rich schmuck who showed up at this party and was like, "So, where are the ladies? I'd like to give them some of my money because I can't get ladies on my own." And it's just like, you're gross. Why
Yeah.
does the bad guy hang out with you? And then they reveal like, "Oh, he's the warlock. He's into black magic." And I'm like,
Why is
Yeah.
the magic
Why?
gonna be black?
The only because they're all racist.
Yes.
Oh, right.
As we learn from the various N-words that they lay upon our man.
"That's true."
The
Yeah.
only black magic he's into, the only actual black magic he's into, is like smoke bombs.
It's
though.
theatrical black
Yeah.
magic
Yeah.
of just like, watch this, poof.
And owning a vulture.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I
He
mean,
did teach the
because, yeah, eventually-
vulture to attack, but you can just train them.
Yeah,
You don't-
eventually he's just like, yeah, you're Jim Kelly. You're a black samurai. We know who you are. You're not
Yeah.
whatever, the fake name he gave.
Right.
They didn't even try to lure him into a trap.
No.
He's just standing in the middle of the room like, "Hi, I'm Jim Sanderson." They're like, "No, you're not."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh shit."
Oh, you're onto me, Mr. Warlock. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
as he leaves, he just pushes the vulture off its perch, which makes the crowd go, "Fuck vulture!"
Poor
oh
vulture.
no,
You
it's
know-
down here now.
I would do the same thing they did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Run?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to be touched by a vulture.
I mean, I wouldn't because I would be the guy who walked into that
Coming
party
Sundays to the CW.
touched by a
touched by a vulture. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't do the same thing as them because I would have walked in that party and be, "Is that a fucking vulture? Sorry, we can't stay."
Too bad we can't
I've
stay.
been-
That's where he's just like, I am not high enough to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
here.
I would have been in the
There is-
drugs room because a party like that has to have a drugs room.
Yeah, and
you walk in
it's-
and you're like,
"It's a pile
oh,
of meth."
Right.
It is a
Sure.
pile of meth and dentures because you need them afterwards.
Right. But you walk in, you see a vulture, you're like, oh, there's got to be good drugs at this party. I'm going to go find them. Do
No.
drugs for the next 17
The
days.
only things at this party were a vulture and a 35-year-old woman who stripped twice.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. And then
some Bond
so
music, yeah.
Jim Kelly is running around on the roof while bad guys
For like an hour.
are not on the roof. And he eventually jumps down on some of them and murders their testicles.
Yeah, he kicks a lot of dudes in the balls. I mean, this is Omega Cop level of ball kicking.
Oh, yeah.
in the
It's
movie.
deliberate. Like, this is very... It's not like, oh, I accidentally grazed your balls. Or
No, I mean, the
he
first
is-
two he takes out, he gets on his knees and does double punch
Yes.
to both their balls.
Yes.
And then stomps their balls once they're on the ground.
And it's funny because, like, these two dudes are dudes we've never seen before,
No.
and he's never seen before, so he hasn't even built up, like, this, I fought you 5 minutes ago and I hate you. He's just like, these two guys, I'm going to obliterate your balls, and that's it.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this location because it's the Mission Inn in Riverside, California, which is like a hotel.
Okay.
Oh, it's a hotel in California.
Yep.
Welcome.
I'm surprised they left. But
Well, Jim Kelly tried not to fucking leave.
Yeah.
He was there for like 45 minutes of the
yeah,
film.
but like this place has fucking buttresses. I mean, it is.
Hold on to your buttresses.
This is a place that should not exist.
Yes.
It's a very good filming location.
Does it
Yeah.
still exist?
It still does. I think they've
Shit,
taken
yeah.
out all the buttresses and all the
Aw, of course.
well, and like the catacombs that they run through.
Whatever. I'm
Yeah.
leaving a bad Yelp review.
Yeah, but this place does exist, and apparently they filmed there in 1976.
Good.
You said
So-
Riverside, California?
Yes,
I'm going to add that to
Mission
my list
Inn.
of places
There you
to
go.
Hell yes.
I mean, I doubt all the cool stuff from the outside is there. That's
I mean, you could just
you're looking at pictures right
could
now.
just-
Yeah, it's got some cool shit on the outside still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
But-
could just
but-
go to like Prague and see lots of real buttresses.
Or you could go to California.
We want
I'm going to be in California
Listen.
at some point again very soon, I'm sure. So
this is us. We want half-ass buttresses.
Yeah.
All right.
okay.
I will also go to Prague at some point.
Buttresses.
Half-ass buttresses. I'm putting on band list.
We
It's-
don't
I'm
want
stealing
real
it from you.
buttresses.
It's going in the list.
We want
literally
half-ass
Right
Mission Inn. We don't
No,
even
Chuck,
know
don't-
what style
don't
we
put it in
are.
yours, it's
Riverside,
fine.
California.
Mission in buttresses. I'm just writing down an
Either
episode
way,
title.
now. Okay.
it is a great location, but because he's jumping off of buttresses onto dudes, punching them in the balls, kicking people. Eventually, they get to a point where he has to jump from like one roof down into a spiral staircase, and like they treat it like it's, oh man, this is a big jump,
Yeah.
and it's like a 5-foot jump.
It's
maybe
not a big jump, but he doesn't make the jump. A stuntman makes the jump, and then he just kind of leaps up in the next shot, like I just made that jump.
And then the nonchalant jump from the next one is
Yeah.
like 3 times further jump,
okay.
but they don't even build up to that. They're just like, nope.
I know. Here's the thing. We said as we were watching the movie, have we just become spoiled? So I will say, on a shoestring budget, that like this movie was, that was a semi-dangerous stunt. Because I mean,
Sure.
he was jumping off
Sure.
a
Yeah.
building onto
Like a clay tile roof onto
a hanging off the side of the building spiral staircase, which in and of itself could have come loose and or just missed the
Yeah.
jump and you're on the fucking ground. But yes, we've learned to like see people fall off of fucking helicopters and stuff like
Yeah,
I guess it's
you're
just
not,
like
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
you don't build up to it like
Sure.
the way they do, and then have it be that
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, they still have buttresses.
Oh,
good.
that's good.
That's
And a
Happy-
rotunda.
And they
Yeah,
do have a
well,
fucking
yeah, they
rotunda
do
like
sure
a
do.
that is
motherfucker.
good news.
They got a full ass rotunda
And a
there.
chapel, the likes of which you've never seen. It's
I mean,
I've seen some chapels.
I was going to say
you haven't seen that chapel.
I've been to
Is it an
Westminster
assless chapel?
Abbey, so
It is, yes.
I haven't been to the Sistine, but I have been to the Westminster. That's a pretty good abbey.
For a
chapel.
hotel, this is a motherfucker of,
Okay.
of a chapel.
All right.
I don't know if I want a chapel in a hotel. So I'm supposed to be doing sins with sin.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh, wait.
sins there
Yeah.
still?
So you just want the Mission in no-tell motel, is what
Yeah.
you're trying to say.
Yeah. Like I don't want to go.
You want the Mission Inn Motel, which is across the street, and it's
Okay.
$18.99 a night.
You want the missionary in
yeah, yeah, you want the missionary in and out, I think is what you want.
Right, there we go.
Yeah. Secret.
Oh, man.
menu.
I'm going to plan my stay at the
So yeah, that's Black Samurai.
Yeah, sure is.
No, wait, there's more.
Oh,
But wait,
yeah. From here, he just leaves.
did we say buttresses?
He does.
It's President's Day. Half off all buttresses.
And also, like day-night cycle.
Forget it.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
Someone offhandedly says it's almost dawn in the middle of the party because Jim Kelly walked in when it was dark, and then by the time he's outside, it is like noon.
It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's a hot party.
yeah.
But I think he goes home and his buddy is waiting there to give him more information.
And that's when he goes to the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, how he gets on the island.
Is the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Thanks to the Bell Corporation.
He's headed towards the island and he makes a call and says, I'm going to need a boat. So you're like, all right, he's going to go to the dock and get on a boat. Well, he gets to the dock and opens up his trunk and pulls out a fucking jetpack.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Doc, it hurts when I do this.
Well, don't do that.
Ha! And then gets on the boat, and someone off camera is talking to him, and he's like, "Yep, got it, cool." And then he just fucking jetpacks off this boat.
For once, I was like, let's let this scene play out. Do not cut short jetpacking.
And they don't.
They don't. He jetpacks for a while.
Sure does.
And by jetpack,
He's obviously being flown from a helicopter.
he's tethered to a man is tethered to a helicopter.
Right.
I don't believe that.
A dummy is tethered to a...
That was a real jetpack. That was
With
Jim
a real
Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
Well, they had
That was a
something
real Black
firing
Samurai.
underneath him.
Yes.
Because like there was like when he's going over the water,
I
there
believe-
is actual a splash.
I believe there were some scenes where it was maybe a practical thing, honestly.
There may have
I
been-
agree with you. I think when he took off, it was because it
Yeah.
was way too awkward.
Yeah.
Yes.
It may have been that, that classic Bell jetpack that's in like every movie in this era.
I was gonna say, like, if there really is such a thing. It lasted like 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and like
I think
But a
60
lot of-
seconds is the maximum flight for it. But
a
it's
lot of these shots are
unsafe.
either Jim Kelly in front of rear projection, just showing his face, looking around. Because Jim Kelly, if there's one thing Jim Kelly does, it's kind of look around quizzically a lot. Like he's doing it in the party mid dialogue, looking around.
Oh yeah,
quizzically.
he is not paying attention to who he's talking to. He is just
Yeah, but he's doing that while jetpacking, and then, and then other shots are just very clearly, hey, there's a line hanging this guy down from a helicopter, and we are going to take him through some brush, and he's going to deal with it.
I mean, honestly, you can figure out how they're doing it, but I honestly only saw one instance of a glimmer of the actual tow cable.
Yeah,
I only
no,
really
they
saw
did a
it
good job.
Yeah.
once, so good on him for that. He eventually just lands in the woods,
Yep.
which is 10 miles away from where he needs to be. Mm-hmm. But then he starts heading that way, and then he's attacked by what appears to be the same man who attacked him in his apartment earlier, which
Even
is
though
why
he
that
killed
man
that dude.
was hiding his face. And this guy, he has some name. I forget what it is, but he also has a whip, and he has Black Samurai around the neck at one
he
point.
steals his gun. Like he just swings
Yes.
through.
Oh yeah,
steals
because,
his
yes.
gun.
When we're first introduced to him, you just hear hee, and then you just see someone
He's giving off very like Hervé Villechaize vibes.
Sure.
Yeah.
like a troll from
That
a movie.
because he's Hispanic and tiny.
It's the like no, it's the like
Oh.
like the way that he's like sneaking around and doing the
Yeah.
doing the weird laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not specifically
Okay.
because he's Hispanic and tiny. That doesn't hurt.
I mean, he's
That doesn't hurt the case, but
Yeah.
but he's also doing the shit that
Sure.
Hervé Villechaize did in Man with the Golden Gun when he's like running around tormenting people.
Oh, did he? It's been. Look, you have to realize it's been a while for me. I don't remember his. I don't remember his.
It has been recently for BJ.
If you go to patreon.com/BMFcast and check out the $5 level, you can listen to We Have All the Time in the World, a short
That'll
James
actually be
Bond
the next episode coming up.
recap podcast. It will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, yeah. So he ends up hitting Jim Kelly with the whip. I don't even remember how Jim Kelly gets away from him. I think he just
yanks him off the tree or
off
whatever.
the cliff.
Yeah.
Okay.
and murders him.
And then suddenly, men in leopard print outfits that are supposed to be like natives, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's gone in California, where there would be.
They're
Like I said, they just have their warriors gangs on this island.
I
It's
guess.
just,
But yeah,
I feel like they maybe like cloned him. Like this is like Jurassic Park, but for warriors gangs.
maybe. All I know is
entirely
he kicks one of them in the balls, and then he kicks another one in the gut like 6 times in a row.
He does murder.
Because
that
if there's
man's
one
gut.
thing Jim Kelly does, it is kick people in the gut multiple times.
But that's not the worst thing that happens to one of the
It
guys
is not.
who gets chucked into a pool. Jim Kelly like sees off the other guy for a second, looks down, and is like, "Oh, check out that big ass rock." Picks up said big ass rock and throws it directly on the head of the dude that's in the water.
Yeah.
Thus murdering him to death.
Some dudes just randomly get the worst treatment.
Yeah.
and it's
Usually,
and
to
then
the ball.
he's like flexed and angry, and it's like, what did that dude do to you?
Yeah.
He just showed up and you kicked him in the balls
Yeah.
and then murdered him.
like he'll kick
Like
one guy in
Jim
the face,
Kelly.
and that guy will spin off camera, and then he's done. And then this other one, he will punch in the stomach 900 times, and then crush his skull with a rock. And it's like,
Yeah.
my God, dude, what?
At least in some other movie, it'd be like, that was the guy that got the lucky hit on him or something.
Yes.
Just something
Yeah.
to be like, hey, fuck you.
But it's none of that. It is just
No.
like this guy gets one kick and he's gone. You get murdered to death 100 times.
Yeah. And from here, he just leaves the island.
I have no idea why he. Was
And
on
then
that.
he
well,
goes
he did
and-
commit a murder.
Yeah. He did.
He does.
Yeah, he had priors. He had to get the fuck
Yeah.
out of there. But so then he gets back and he's like his buddy Biff or whatever that guy's name is. He's just like, "Hey, you sold me out again, Biff."
How does he keep? No, I'm coming, huh?
Yeah.
You working for him? No.
No, I'm not.
Here, you should go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then that's when like dudes just roll up on him and he fights him in the car lot or the parking garage or
Yeah.
and he kicks one man in the face literally. Like
Oh yeah, that
one
guy
dude
caught it in the face.
got
So
caught in the
bad.
face.
like I think that guy was jumping up
Yeah.
and timed it wrong, and Jim Kelly was like, "Camera's rolling, man."
Sorry,
Yeah,
film's money.
protect your neck.
Yeah. You can't say cut when you're passed out.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that guy gets his neck broken and
When that-
tossed in a dumpster.
when that guy came to, the entire production crew was gone.
He was just in a tub full of ice.
They didn't even use smelling salts on him. They're just like, he'll wake up eventually.
He'll wake up. He'll be fine.
He'll have forgotten everything.
Yes.
Because he got concussed
Right.
in the face
Woke up next
by
to-
Jim Kelly's foot.
Rattled his
Woke up next to a
brain.
can full of gas and a handful of matches.
Yeah, this is all pretty good fighting in this area.
This is like his good stunt team is doing this because
Yes.
he's like jumping on top of cars and doing it and like hopping into the back of a truck. And I do love that Jim Kelly, like, he's got a specific way he walks, and he's got a specific way that he does like his footwork in these scenes that just always looks cool.
Yes.
Even if he's not really doing cool stuff necessarily, but it always looks cool. Like even the way he hops into the truck is he does like this little foot flourish thing as he's jumping up. That's why you get Jim Kelly, is because he's going to do those little things
Right.
like that. And he obviously does know how to fight, but the problem is like not necessarily everyone he fights does.
Right.
So this is the scene that's got like the A stunt team.
Yes.
Doing everything
The Jim
with him.
Kelly Stunt Association.
Was that their name? There was something. It was like
Something like that.
Let me look in the crazy credits on IMDb.
Okay. I
But
honestly,
but he
from
just
this
kind of
point-
leaves this, and from this point we don't even. I don't know, man.
The Warlock is just like he's basically like throwing a lower scale version of the Dragnet party, basically, which is just like.
I love that. That's your Chuck's frame of reference.
Well, I
No.
mean that's what it is. It's just
It's
this.
fucked up because that was in my head too, and like I don't think it like surfaced all the way. It was just in like the undercurrent.
It's just something that is just so fucking stupid. Like
Yeah.
the bad guy thinks this is cool, and for some reason, all these people who work for him are into it. But if you walked into a room and this was happening, you would be like, "The fuck, Jimmy? What are you doing?"
it's the one guy that takes LARPing a little too seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
And everyone else is like, yeah, this is fun, but like, come on, like we know we're grown adults and we realize how ridiculous this is. Like, you actually think you're casting a lightning bolt.
Well, this is like when he's trying to do the team building thing, and nobody's into it. They're like, "We're not doing a trust fall, Terry. Sorry."
he and his henchmen are up on the second level watching this go down. There's a giant cross between them, and every once in a while he'll just kind of throw down an invisible smoke bomb and then something will explode. And there's a half-naked lady doing a dance and rubbing blood all over herself. And there are people in like tribal masks.
She was carried out like crucifixion
Yes.
style by like three
Yeah.
all the way naked ladies.
Yeah, and at first you thought it was the lady they kidnapped, like they were going to sacrifice her, but no, she just wakes up and starts dancing.
I don't think we ever actually see her face. She's got some goat mask on. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just- I don't know.
She's brought out by 4 topless
But
ladies.
like it's weird because like half the pagans or whatever the fuck they are in this little thing is just like they're wearing like Mardi Gras masks.
Yeah.
I mean like overly exaggerated like fun for kids
Yeah,
versions
dumb
of
paper
demon
mache,
face.
big
Yeah, that's what I
masks.
mean. It's like the toned down versions.
Yeah,
For,
it's dumb. I mean, it's all stupid looking, and still don't know what this dude's plan is. I'm looking at the synopsis that says he's developing a weapon called the freeze bomb, but
No.
but is that ever actually said, or is there any
My
actual threat
understanding
from
is
that?
he was just doing a human trafficking thing.
Yeah.
That was all I ever got from anything that they were doing.
Yeah, and whatever
that
he
they
was
were
going to
kidnapping
do.
women and
Oh, he was also running drugs.
Okay, sure.
That
No
was-
one does any drugs in this film.
That was one of the things that they said, like, the minister of Samurai Code was getting pressure from the Americans to shut down
Oh, yeah, to stop the drug trade.
So that's one of
Wild.
the reasons they kidnapped the minister of the Samurai Code.
Hey, guy.
Which is a phrase I'm going to say as many times as I can for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your what job title would you just
You
love
should
to
just
have?
put it on a business card.
ooh, sorry, I'm going to be absent for a few minutes while I think about that.
Okay.
Oh, the job title that you'd like to
Yeah.
have?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the minister of the Samurai Code?
No, I mean no.
Get off of this podcast.
No, I'm
You're
sorry.
fired.
The word wizard is going to be in there just for sure.
Fair enough.
Wizard of the Samurai Code.
There's
maybe?
no
Yeah.
grand like. That's
No,
what, yeah.
no.
No, don't put
If you're
that
going to go
on there.
grand, you got to go vizier.
Right.
Right. That's the only.
I don't even.
Yeah, no, Grand Vizier is okay.
That's
That-
like Jafar.
Yeah,
I
sure,
don't want to
yeah.
be him.
Well, because Jafar's kind of cool.
Cultural appropriation.
Well, I'm
Not
saying
really.
that usually implies bad guy. I don't necessarily want to be a bad guy.
Are you
I want to
sure?
have that option, but I want it to be like
You
more
wanna be like
natural.
Well,
gray
I mean-
I feel like
How
when
about
you're when
Captain Vizier?
Well, I'm just saying when your position is vizier, I feel like you're inclined to turn bad.
Fair enough. I mean, Jafar didn't think he was a bad guy.
What if you were
The bad
Brazier?
guys. Well, I mean,
Grand Brazier.
Grand Brazier?
How about the minister of the Grand Vizier?
I feel like I'd just be
pretty
in
good.
charge of a big ass bra and never actually see the titties.
Or a really nice bra.
oh, okay, it could
It's
be
lovely and grand.
grand. I guess I was going in terms of size.
Yeah. Just one
Grand
that's like
piano, like
bejeweled,
grand
one of those
ball.
like $1 million Victoria's Secret special bras.
Oh,
You know,
Maybe.
okay,
bunch of diamonds on it.
sure. But then I'm just in charge of underwear. I'm saying like I'd rather be in charge of the titties.
Minister of the Grand Contents of the Brazier. There you go.
The grand contents of the Brazier.
Then they can both be large and fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I just want to be titty minister.
Tit minister.
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
my titty title.
You know, I just want to minister them.
I'll be the titty lice.
Take him to the chapel at the Mission Inn.
Anyway,
No, that one's definitely at the missionary end.
Oh, okay.
anyway.
The Grand Teton.
So, Jim Kelly just shows up at the pagan pit
Yeah, because he's
for
been
no
there before.
particular reason.
He knows where it is.
Yeah,
He knows the
He
bad
ran
guy lives
away,
there.
he came
Well,
back,
it's,
yeah.
It's got Yelp reviews from BJ.
yeah, and he still hasn't found his girlfriend, by the way.
No.
Yeah,
He knows she's there.
yeah.
They tried to do so. They did a thing where his buddy with the the very white friend / coworker or whatever told him that she was at one place.
Yeah.
He goes there. That was the jetpack thing. And then on the way back, he calls him and is like, you were lying to me. So what's up? And he's like, actually, she's at the pagan pit. So they do that little like he's maybe working for the bad guys sort of thing. And was he? I don't even know if he
The
actually
bad
was.
guys had captured him.
At
They
one
had
point,
guns
but-
on him.
Right, but was he actually working for them,
No.
or
No.
that was just
He
okay.
told them that because they had guns on him.
Gotcha.
And then he breaks free of that and joins the fracas.
Gotcha. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if he like was working for the bad guys, then realized that he was really doing a wrong thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but before he gets there, he sneaks up into Sin's room where she is about to be accosted by one of the toughs from the opening scene who's been kind of like just hanging around with the warlock
Yeah.
He's been menacing a lot. That's
Yeah.
Janicott,
Yeah.
I think.
And he
No, that's Chavez.
Not to be confused with 70s Cliff Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janicott
I mean,
is
there's
the...
that one
different
dude.
guy.
I'm just saying, like, that one
Yeah.
dude looks exactly like Cliff Curtis in Training Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got Damon Wayans in there.
No, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him.
But specifically David Wayans from the Two Snaps character.
Yeah, from Men on Film.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Because he has his shirt tied, you know.
Unbuttoned and then tied, yeah.
He's
the
got
one.
it. He's rocking the pirate look, sort of.
Yes.
A little bit.
Earring.
Not quite puffy, but
It's if you live at the Mission Inn and you're a pirate, that's what you look like.
yes. But he's more of a
Sure?
He's less of a gentleman's pirate and more of a.
A non-gentleman.
What kind of pirate were you going to say?
And not a
chicanerous rogue.
not a seafaring pirate.
I don't know. I didn't have any more adjectives.
Right.
He's a ne'er-do-well, but
Sure.
like if someone fancied himself a pirate,
Yes.
but also lived at the Mission Inn.
Saying he clearly went to. I don't want to be a pirate, and he left the puffy shirt at home. So,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
but still wore it in the style.
Exactly.
Of course.
I'm so glad that
wouldn't
we established the fuck out of all these characters. It's great.
We're doing better
we're
than
doing
the
more
movie.
than the
we are
movie
doing
did.
better.
Yeah.
We're doing well.
So Jim Kelly beats up that dude, and then Sin's like, "Hey, you're Jim Kelly.
Oh, she is fucking stoked.
I'm
Like,
still
she
I'm still about it."
is splayed on the bed, like, ooh.
And he's basically just like, "Hey, where's my girlfriend?" Mm-hmm. And she's like, "You're turning me down?" He's like, "Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my girlfriend?" She's like, "She's in the tower. You're a jerk."
After he threatens to punch her in the face.
And knock her out.
Yeah.
/ kill her.
Yes.
Yeah, because she doesn't have balls to kick, so he's got to resort to the other.
Can't kick her balls.
Nope. He could try.
Kick her in the lady
It would
balls.
probably still hurt, but
You can punch her in the baby maker. I mean, we've established
yeah,
that's the
straight
alternate,
shot.
right?
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yep. So he finally goes and gets to his girlfriend, and then is immediately captured.
They're like, haha, you fell right into our trap.
Yep. And also, meanwhile, the guy who he had beat up eventually wakes up and just crawls out of the room, and he doesn't even care. He's just like, "Yeah, go, whatever. You suck." And that guy, I guess, gets into Jim Kelly's car, or no, it's his own car, because at some point
Yes.
the warlock has
Right.
said, "I'm going to have to take care of you."
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
that's right.
like,
It was the warlock.
Literally,
what done
as
it.
the guy turns his back, and yeah, so the guy starts the car.
Earlier, he took care of another henchman who had failed him by throwing him to a room where he was instantly dead, and we don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Screamed and died.
This is basically the
We find
warlock's
out later.
MO is that,
Yeah.
hey, if something goes slightly wrong that doesn't seem to be inconvenience me at all, I'm going to kill one of my henchmen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so he blows that dude up, blows that car up.
yeah, not by starting his car, but by putting it into drive.
Well, see, people know if you're turning it and it goes, they know, oh shit, get out of the car. This guy was
As a henchman,
smart.
you would recognize that.
Yes,
yeah,
you
the
would know.
warlock was smart. He's like, drive is the trigger.
Yes. It worked.
It worked.
He blew up.
He done blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's finally it's the ceremony, whatever that is, where where Sin is walking around with a big old it's not really a katana. It's like somewhere between a dagger and a katana.
Yeah.
It's like a short sword, and is threatening the girlfriend, threatening Jim Kelly.
Well, they've
Doesn't really bother threatening Biff because
No.
nobody cares about.
They've
Biff.
got the three of them tied up: Biff, Jim Kelly, and they've got the hood on the girl, and they reveal her like, "Oh, it's her!" And it's like, "Yeah, you captured her,
Yeah.
and tied her up. What the fuck?"
There
Like,
are
yes.
literally no other characters
Yeah.
for you to do this to.
Right. And this is when Jim Kelly busts out his flame-throwing pen,
Yes.
which
Not established at any point before that.
no, he just has it. Literally, we hadn't seen it before. He just pulls it out, and you're like, "What is this? A laser pen? Is it sonic? What's happening?" And
Well, in the first reveal, he just pulls it out and sort of lightly burns the ropes that he's tied up with.
yes,
Yeah.
But I mean, so you don't even really know that it's like a flamethrower
it's,
pin. You're like,
it's a straight-on flamethrower. Later.
well, I mean,
Yeah, you think
and-
it's like a laser or
yeah,
something.
it could be laser, it could be anything. It's just like, okay, so that burned the rope somehow. He's free, and then later it's like there's
Yeah.
a viper
Yeah.
broom, I guess. Or
Yeah. But she's
The
about to
Viper
kill him, and he yanks his hands up, takes the ropes off, grabs the sword from her, and then just the warlock's like, "Uh-oh, not good."
Oh no!
And he's able, and he like hands the sword to the other guy. Yeah, because does he punch her in the baby maker? What does he do?
I think he just
They don't do anything. The two women get
Yeah.
into a fight.
Yeah, because he hands the sword to Biff and is like, "Hey, get her untied."
Mm-hmm.
And that's when all the other guys who have all been standing on the balcony all run downstairs.
Just arms crossed, watching.
Yeah. And they're
like,
like, "Oh,
oh,
whoa,
he
whoa, whoa, whoa."
escaped. That's neat.
Yeah. So they're all fighting now,
Mm-hmm.
and he kicks a bunch of their asses. Meanwhile, the two women are fighting, and eventually Jim Kelly's girlfriend Sin pulls out a dagger. Jim Kelly's girlfriend is able to reroute it to Sin's gut.
Reroute it.
It just took a slight diversion.
Why are you stabbing yourself?
Yeah, it took a detour from
Yes.
her gut to Sin's gut.
Yes.
So she's dead.
So there are plenty of dudes getting punched in the balls in the scene. However, one dude runs in like he's going to be the guy to defeat Jim Kelly. He gets punched in the balls, freezes in place, and makes the most cartoonish face like you would
Yeah.
probably make if you got hit in the balls by Jim Kelly.
Fair.
And it is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
It's like a good lingering 5 seconds of this dude's face like, my balls have been obliterated. They are gone.
Yeah.
And then it's shortly after this, people are fighting with sticks.
Yeah, he's got a spear.
He's got
It is a
I
spear,
no longer know what legacy means.
Yes.
but he knows what rupture means.
His future children are all now dead. So 4 dudes rush him. He's got a stick. He knocks them all down. And then, I mean, my God, these 4 people, every part of their body just gets obliterated in routine order, but especially their balls. He obliterates their balls and then punches them in the face with a stick and then just goes back and just starts beating their balls again.
There is
Okay, I'm sorry.
one
but
of those guys is laughing.
Yeah.
One of the guys is on the ground. The second one, if you watch this, the second one
Yeah.
from the left is laughing.
Oh, okay. I would too, man. If Jim Kelly was pretending to beat me in the balls, I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, it's the greatest day of my life."
Yep.
there's another layer of joke. It's mildly wrong, perhaps, but it's also funny because all the scene comes directly after like 5 minutes earlier. Whatever his pudgy friend's guy named was,
Biff.
Yeah, was like, we got to enact Plan B,
Oh, right.
and then he just fucking goes and murders all the
Plan
balls.
B is sterilization.
Well, he says
Plan B. Oh.
it's really the only moment of actual like profanity in the movie because Jim Kelly's like, "What the fuck is Plan B?" And we all said balls.
Yeah.
Obliterate balls.
Well, I mean, it's also a morning
Yeah.
after pill.
But they go and at this point, the warlock is like, "Hey, Zoltar, kill Jim Kelly."
Yes.
And the vulture takes off and is just pecking at Jim Kelly's face, and he is fighting this vulture for a solid 45 seconds,
he's-
probably minute and a half.
He's fighting it on the ground though, like so the
Yeah.
vulture has him on the ground.
Oh
so
yeah,
it
he's
just,
immediately pinned.
It just looks silly because it's just him rolling around missionary. The vulture's got a missionary end
It's
position.
hard for a $12 film to shoot a
I-
scene where a vulture fights
Fights
the
Jim
star
Kelly.
of your film.
It looks like he's fighting a real vulture.
It does.
At some points. I
Yeah.
don't know if he is. Maybe he is.
They might have set a tamed, vulture on him. I would think.
Obviously, that vulture was trained.
Sure.
But I've normally it's like an eagle or something.
Yeah.
One of the
I mean,
one of the falconry birds.
look.
but
Despite their grossness, I would rather have a vulture be near me because no, vultures are like they don't typically attack things that are alive.
Oh, yeah,
they go
they're
for
scavengers.
They're scavengers. I mean, eagles and hawks and everything are about fucking murdering live things. I'm just saying.
Sure, yeah,
I'm a
you
little
make a
more.
good point.
I'm more scared of owls and eagles and hawks and shit than I
they're
would be of a
still
vulture.
capable of using those
Oh,
beaks
I
to
know
rip and
they-
tear flesh.
I know they have sharp talons.
So-
and
Only if you
stuff.
piss them
Like,
off.
what?
Only if you piss them off. They're cool. if
It
you-
looked like Jim Kelly had pissed him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We don't even see how he kills it, but he kills it.
He punches the vulture. There,
Yeah.
plenty of people on Letterboxd seem to imply that he punches this vulture in the balls.
Well, I mean, that's
Fair
been
enough.
his solution for everything else.
Well, yeah, but there are
Maybe
at
he
least
did.
3 reviews that say, and then he punches a vulture in the balls, and I'm like,
Not
did
really.
he? He
It's-
just kind of punches
it's not
at
implied,
it. No,
but the way the movie has gone so far,
might as well.
Sure.
could be. Yeah.
I mean, how do we know it's not a lady vulture? I mean, what do you know about
Could have
vultures?
punched. He punched the vulture in the cloaca.
Oh,
Okay.
Cool, great.
Yeah. From here, he's fighting in and out of every hallway in the Mission Inn.
People are jumping off.
He fights a ton of dudes.
Yeah.
Eventually, he fights the Damon Wayans guy and that's probably the longest fight of the movie.
It is. It's supposed to. They're acting like this guy is a match for Jim Kelly.
And they have dubbed in, or I didn't even say dubbed. They just ADR'd in all this
It's so stupid.
all this shit talk.
It is so.
But it's like
dumb.
it's tough to even tell which one of them is talking because it's not syncing with the voices on screen.
Right, it's always-
it's completely opposite. I mean, every single
Yeah.
one. It's like and this is fast cutting. Single shots of these guys back and forth. So basically, like you'll see Jim Kelly circling this dude for like 2 seconds, but the other dude's talking the shit, and then like flip back the other one. He's like, "Oh yeah, well you."
Yeah.
And whoever's overdubbing their voices,
Is not them.
they basically sound. Well, it's definitely not them.
But they sound the same.
The two guys sound almost identical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It-
like
it's
Jim
just-
Kelly has a distinctive voice. When someone else is dubbing him, you're like, I don't know which person you're dubbing. I'm not familiar with this other actor enough to know what he sounds like, so therefore I have no idea who's taunting who.
Right.
Basically, the Damon Wayans guy just keeps implying that you're dancing, you look like Muhammad Ali, and you're tough, and Jim Kelly's voiceover guy
But
is
also
just
for no reason, he is doing that. He is walking around in circles doing the Muhammad Ali
yes,
dance.
he is.
Yeah.
It's almost like they got it into
At-
the editing
At some
room.
point, even one of the lines is, "Who do you think you are, Muhammad Ali?" And he
Right.
goes, "I'm better."
Yes.
Yeah. But he's like, yeah, look at me dance. Watch me go. You can't keep up with this. I mean, this is the bullshit there. And then a bunch of, inappropriate shit.
But like, yes, but then Jim Kelly's voiceover man starts making aspersions about this man's sexuality, and it's like, you could just beat him. It doesn't. This doesn't add anything to the scene. This actor and this character has never displayed, and it's not like a lot of '70s movies where they have an over-the-top gay character, and it's just like, okay, '70s audiences want to see that guy get beat up. It's nothing like that at all. This guy's just a dude, and Jim Kelly's voiceover is saying awful things to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just punch him. Just do what you did to everyone else. Just punch him.
There is one thing I like about the fight is that that dude eventually chucks Jim Kelly onto a freight elevator and then jumps onto the freight elevator to keep beating his ass.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate something like that.
Respect.
Yes.
Yeah.
There aren't many elevator fights in the history of cinema. This is the least of them. This one's bad.
I think the most jarring thing, besides the fact that it's not Jim Kelly doing all the dumb voiceover stuff, is it's just this is also the only fight where suddenly he has any kind of taunting happening.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
he's-
it's
normally he does. He
yeah.
never says anything.
It's just
to anyone.
like, look, I know I'm a badass, so why would I need to taunt you? Like I've already got you.
Yeah.
You know, dead
I
to
can
rights.
wreck your balls.
Yeah. I mean, and also why would this silent badass suddenly why is his inner monologue suddenly a bigot? That doesn't make any sense. It's just like
It's like, I have just lowered the birth rate in Riverside, California by double digits. Like, this county is going to die. No one's getting pregnant.
Black Samurai can end world hunger.
But yeah, I mean,
one pair at a time.
One pair at a time.
He's gonna do this basically the Thanos snap, but for balls. He's gonna kick half of the balls on the planet.
that's
Right in the stones. The Infinity Stones.
Infinity's a lot of stones to kick.
Well, you only got to get half of them.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, it would be all. Well, hold on. If all the stones, I'm just saying, there's
Are we
twice
really
there's twice
gonna
as many stones as there is population, but you're still taking out half the stones. So
Correct.
It's still it's just twice as many.
So he's just making everyone uniball.
You're taking out the same number of stones as you are humans or living creatures
Right.
in the universe.
So you got to
however.
take out half the pairs of stones.
Right. Yes.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you just take the half the stones,
Right.
then you can just.
Yeah. I mean, this is just one.
John
footed,
Kruk
This is one.
reproduced.
You
footed
might squeak
shoe,
one
shoe
out.
math right now. Is all I'm trying to do here.
So yeah. So he eventually beats that guy.
Yep.
And then now it's time to go after the warlock, who's in these catacombs. Is the only way to describe him. I mean, it's only like 2 hallways worth of stuff, but the way they're lit is like, what the hell is this place?
It looks like a tomb/wine cellar.
Yeah.
But they just sneak around in both of them, and eventually,
I question what the fuck is the purpose of a place like this in any building. Like I mean, I honestly like these seem to be hallways that lead nowhere, or
there's no storage.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I mean.
Well,
It's like,
I mean, there are a lot of rooms.
we
that,
see a lot of just like straight down the hallway.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I assume like it's like, or my
Who was that?
Sorry, my phone.
You son of a bitch. So we see just straight down hallways. So I assume that it's just like, it's just like wine cellars or servants like under the hotel to move about without being seen, that sort of thing. Sort of like the Disney
And it's
tunnels.
probably an area that's just basically they shut off all but a couple lights in it.
Right.
Normally, it's probably brightly lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can see all where the corners are, and there's like, okay, here's storage over here and over here. But it's just a long cat and mouse thing. It's dumb.
He tries to Scatman Crothers him at one point because like he's got an axe and is hiding around a corner.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's
after,
basically like the
Yeah.
finale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jim Kelly eventually the guy is able to get the drop on Jim Kelly. Hits him with a chair and kicks him into the
he
cell.
does. He hits him with a chair.
Yeah, kicks
no,
him
the-
into the cell, and
Yep.
the cell is full of snakes.
Yes, we learned that the man earlier died from snakes.
Yeah, because they show the man twice.
They do.
With stinger,
In-
with
in
stinger
a
music
stinger
for.
reel.
Both times it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
and then again,
I mean,
oh my god.
it'd be one thing if like you reuse the camera shot or something, but they add the stinger music the second time too.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's-
guys,
Yeah.
we got it. He's dead.
So he that's when we learned that his pen is actually a little blowtorch,
Yep.
which he uses it on the snakes to make them back away.
They don't do shit.
They just ignore it.
He just points it at them, and they are like, okay.
Yep.
And then he turns around and uses it on the door, and the door opens.
Yeah, apparently it melts locks.
Yes, temporarily.
Yeah. And then he sneaks around. He almost gets axed by
Almost
the warlock.
gets Scatman Crothers.
And instead, he beats the crap out of
his
him.
Black Samurai Sense kicks in. He dodges the axe and hits him like 2 or 3 times. And it's just like, I got a better idea.
Yeah, he's ready to chop his head off
Yeah.
with the axe.
Yes, he's going to.
I mean, he picks him up like a sack of potatoes over his shoulder and is like, I got a better idea. And I'm like, oh, so you're going to turn him in for whatever
For-
warlocking he's been
for
doing?
creating the freeze bomb or whatever
Like-
it is.
Nope.
Yeah.
Illicit
no.
drug
Are
warlock.
you going to warlock him up? I mean,
I mean, he does.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he throws him in the snake pit.
oh, yeah.
Throws him in the pita pit or whatever.
And the snakes eat him.
But we don't get to see that. We just hear a ah!
He screams out. He has a death scream twice as Jim Kelly's walking away. And then he just kind of walks outside and is like, yeah, we did it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, no. So the 3 of them are walking away. 4 more dudes pop out. He pulls out a marble grenade or something. He's just like, I got one more thing that's never been mentioned before.
He doesn't pull out anything. He pretends to pull something out and throw it.
Okay.
Because he hides
Oh.
nothing behind his hand.
Okay.
It was because we watched that twice,
That's
so
true.
I was paying attention. He's not pulling anything out.
Okay.
He's just like the director said, "Hey, Jim Kelly, pretend to pull something out of your belt and then throw it, but don't show with your hand the camera, or
Yeah.
don't show to the camera with your hand anything."
Just throw the invisible stick for the dog.
Right.
And the stick explodes, and the 4 men die. And then he turns around and says, "That's the end." And they all walk away,
And credits.
and it is the end.
Yeah.
Tis the end.
It's no, let's go get McDonald's.
No, it is no. That is a much better ending.
Yep.
All right,
But
let's
yeah.
go get McDonald's.
But it's over.
It is, yeah.
Jim Kelly won, you guys.
So
No Stargrove or anything because the music is good when it shows up because we like any soundtrack that's funk. But it's also
it's good.
it needed lyrics for the opening credits
Yeah.
because they're kind of awesome.
It's
And they-
decent funk, but like it periodically there's an interloper of an odd musical choice. Like the timpani drum will come in with like a boom for no reason.
There's a boing sound effect,
and it's
every
just like
so often.
why?
Yeah.
You know, like I get the playing the blocks that
Right.
you know, that's tension music. You know, like but every once in a while it's just like some dumb cartoon sound effect pops
Yeah.
in for some reason.
And it really milks the shit out of the main theme. That's used as like the Jim Kelly action cue,
Yeah.
or the literally anyone action cue.
Yeah.
So it's good music.
Yeah.
Like it slaps, as the kids say.
So I want to test something. Last week I went first, and I feel like every time I give my rating first, I'm always lower than everybody else.
All right.
I want to see if I'm going to be higher than everybody else.
Okay.
I'm actually going to give this movie 2 jocks. And let me explain this. I think this is a bad made movie.
Yes.
It's a highly entertaining movie because like when it's doing things, like there are long stretches where it's not doing anything that this movie can fuck right off, and that's why it's not higher, because when it decides to be something, I fucking love it. Like I love the music, I love the opening credits. I I immediately want to give 5 jocks to anything that has the fucking jetpack in it. I don't care. Like, I mean, I think I'm like the perfect age where I feel like we truly had the dream of jetpack. Like, we fucking saw one. My childhood saw a man on a jetpack that worked. I know it didn't last very long, but
in
it
the
was
Super Bowl too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
or fucking Ruskies, or it was like that. They brought that fucking thing out a lot, like in my childhood. You know, when I feel like a wrestler came out on it once. Like Hulk Hogan rode out on the fucking jetpack once, or somebody.
Hulk Hogan's too big for the belt.
Well,
jet belt.
He might have done that one that was water powered.
Sure, I'm just saying. Like, I feel like this was around a lot in that time period.
Yeah.
It was like this was actually our future. You know, the flying cars, the jetpacks. Like, it was going to fucking happen. And now I'm 44, and we still don't have even any fucking
No cash,
sign.
no jobs.
no cash,
no
no
jetpacks.
Yeah.
We got video phones.
We do have video phones. That's true. But
no one uses them.
We only use them for work.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. Hey, it's your boss checking in on you. What are you doing?
The problem is that they let us have text messaging.
Yeah.
Once they let us have that, it was all fucking over, man.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, like I said, there are pieces of this movie that are like so my jam. I just wish it was in a better movie. Like, I mean, hand this movie to almost any director, and it would be better director, and it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, like I am a fan of any time there are stupid themed gangs. I fucking love jetpacks. I don't even care if like feasibly it makes any sense, or like you even make the effect look good. I fucking love cars with gadgets. Like, that shit will always get me. I don't care if it's just like we literally stuck the filler hose from a plastic gas can on the back and, you know, made it look like an oil slick was coming out. I don't care how fake it looks. It's just that idea of like,
Yeah. Flip a switch,
Yeah.
let a thing pop out.
the Batmobile-esque James Bond thing. I'm all about that. So, like I said, I know I'm probably going to be high because this is a bad movie, but it's got ideas that I really like, and some of the kung fu shit is all right when like the good people are involved.
I'm going to take a segue off of your mention of James Bond to start my valuation of this movie.
Go for it.
So as you know, I've been watching a lot of fucking James Bond movies, and will be watching them until the heat death of the universe. It feels like, but this feels like Adamson, was that his name?
Yes.
Wanted to make his Black James Bond movie.
Yes.
With Idris Elba.
But he was a little before Idris
right,
Elba's
right,
time, unfortunately.
I was just getting it. I feel like the more times we say it in the universe, you know,
I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's like 8 years too late for it to happen. I wouldn't be mad at it happening, for the record. But anyway, it's got like elements from Live and Let Die, and elements from the one that I said while we were watching the movie that I don't remember now.
Man with the Golden Gun.
Man with the Golden Gun, right. Namely the Hervé Villechaize-esque sort of thing. But like Live and Let Die was Bond does blaxploitation. This is blaxploitation does Bond in a way. Like it's pretty incompetent at it, to be fair, but it's an attempt. All the gadgets, the way they like it feels like there's a little like Baron Samedi-ish, but like the white guy Baron Samedi who is extremely fucking boring, right? Because the warlock is Baron Samedi, but like how white people would do Baron Samedi, which is like, you know,
Not good.
no spices, no herbs and spices.
I think that's just called land barons.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's called the warlock in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
He's so fucking milquetoast.
He's making a freeze bomb.
Yeah,
Well, you keep saying that. It's not in the movie.
it does not exist.
Maybe that was a drink he had at the party.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Perhaps maybe that was the drug that he was trying to.
Or
to
that's what he
sneak
gave
his
that
freeze
white
bomb.
lady before she stripped.
Yeah, right.
Give her the freeze bomb. She will take off 2 sets of clothes.
Yeah, and you have like these sort of specific henchmen. But yeah, it just feels like that attempt to like, all right, fuck you, y'all did us, we're gonna do you, and it almost works.
Yeah.
It really does almost work, but it's sort of. I hate to say that it fucks everything up because, like Harlow said, there's a bunch of stuff that they do right. It just needs a trim, really. Like if you trim, you can probably trim 20 minutes of useless bullshit out of this movie and make it a swift. I don't know.
64 minutes.
Yeah, sure, 64 minutes.
Yeah.
Make it a swift, cool fucking movie.
Oh, just make it the Men in Black 2 of movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The movie doesn't have to be 90 minutes long. Rarely should it go over 90 minutes, according to the Mackey rule, but
Yes.
but it doesn't have to be 90 minutes long. It can be a 60-minute movie and be cool. So anyway, despite all the shit talking, I still think that there's really good stuff in this, and you should probably watch it. So I'll give it 2 jocks as well.
Okay.
So you're not the highest.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to mess with your theory.
Man.
You just got to do more drugs.
Be the highest.
Go ahead.
Are we gonna have 4, 2 ratings?
No.
0? Oh,
No, you're not.
No, you're only at 1 jocks.
no, I'm just kidding. I was trying to make a 420.
And honestly, like in talking about it, my rating has gone up from where it was.
Okay.
Because we've had a lot of fun talking about this, but there's a lot of bullshit to wade through. But it is fun seeing him kick multiple dudes in the balls.
So many dudes.
I feel like we need to find the Alpha Cop movie. Like, what is the first movie where people just got brazenly punished in the genitals?
Well, right now this is the Alpha Cop movie, right? Because Omega Cop
this
came
is-
out after this.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Cop was
wait.
1990.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
way after this.
Yeah, yeah.
But the difference in Omega Cop is like when he kicked a dude in the balls, it looked like he actually
Yeah.
kicked a dude in the balls.
Right.
These are like him, doing the punch and people going, "Arr!"
There's some guys that look like they
There's some
genuinely got
over-exaggerating.
decent
wrecked.
ones. I'm just saying, like, I mean, what
the
year was
one-
Death Wish? I mean, was there? I mean, I feel like Charles Bronson would be like a ball punisher at some point in his career. But I don't know. No?
But I think
Okay.
about Omega Cop, like when he snuck up behind that one guy and he kicks him and the guy lifts off the ground, you're like, oh my god, that guy, like he got a field goal kick in the balls. That guy's dead.
Yes.
that literally killed that man.
I know.
His taint exploded.
The word Sebastian Janikowski field goal
Yeah.
to the nuts
Yeah.
still. I mean, despite the increasingly
Irrelevance of
Irrelevance,
Sebastian
yes.
Janikowski. Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean,
Hey, listen, in 2009,
he was one of the
was
first
relevant.
motherfuckers that could kick a 60-yard field goal.
Yeah.
If you know anything about football, that's impressive as fuck.
yes.
He was also fat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no shade,
yeah.
but
He was also wasn't he one of the first like pure soccer players that got transferred over until they all started doing
no,
that?
there were
Okay.
plenty of dudes
Okay.
before him.
yeah.
Okay.
But anyway.
Anyway, whatever.
Anyway, the ball kicks in this are not as satisfying as Omega Cop. 1 jocks.
But, okay.
That's a great box.
Put it on the
quote.
box.
I'd be willing to give this the Alpha Cop title for
Well,
now.
I'm just
For
saying,
now.
what is the first one? Like,
For
what?
now.
Like, what is the first movie?
Oh,
where they're
I'm
just
sure
like,
there's a silent movie where somebody just gets repeatedly kicked in the balls.
It's called Ow, O-W-E,
Yeah.
My Ye Old Balls.
oof, me jewels.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Just because got happy piano
I don't
accompanying
know,
music.
I don't know
with it.
why it would be me. Like at some point that like we didn't know how to make possessives, but
Right.
Yeah.
like oof, my jewels.
Fair enough.
It's a me, Balio.
I wasn't trying to go Italian, just like old, like we would say
The
ow,
old, yeah.
like back in 1902 or whatever.
Right.
I believe the term was ow.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure people said ow.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They didn't
I'm
say-
just saying maybe
They
people
just say
said oof.
owith.
No, I just maybe the noises changed. Like maybe they said oof, or yeeks.
Crime
Yes,
Netly.
yeet my balls.
They said yeeks. It's like
Yeeks.
yeah.
Yes. Jumping Jehoshaphat's my balls.
So, Chuck, what's your rating?
I'll be honest. I didn't think anyone was going to give this jocks because I wasn't going to give this
That's
jocks.
fair. Feel your heart. This is no peer pressure here.
Well, okay, so I look at it one of two ways. Watching it was not a lot of fun. We had to do our own work at that. I think alcohol will greatly increase your enjoyment of this film.
For sure.
I think maybe wearing a pair of headphones while you watch it will increase your enjoyment of the film because you'll be able to hear the dialogue.
Yes,
and maybe you'll hear the
spoiler.
words freeze bomb said at some point.
spoilers. The soundbar we use. I mean, I know multiple soundbars have the like quote unquote dialogue enhancement thing, and some things do.
Yep.
It made it worse.
It did.
Like it actually just pumped up the treble on the background noise.
Yeah.
So I turned that off.
So there was just
Quickness.
open air noise, like psh, I was like, oh god. I am also giving it a jocks because I think when you boil it down, my memory of this movie will be, man, a lot of dudes got kicked and punched in the balls, and that's pretty great. And because I will never watch it again, my memory will be the only thing about this movie going forward that I remember, and the 7-minute montage in my head of the cool things in this movie is enough for me to go, yeah, watch it. But honestly, just be prepared for, and now the plane is landing.
Yeah.
And now he's in a taxi.
Mm-hmm.
And now we watch the entire taxi ride. So
This is the kind of movie in like 4 years somebody's going to say, "Hey, do you have any kind of like obscure blaxploitation movies that you think we should watch?" And okay, like Black Samurai isn't super obscure; it's got Jim Kelly, but
it's kind of obscure in the pantheon of
yeah. But you'll, for most people, it's obscure.
Yeah.
So you'll be like, well, Jim Kelly did some good ones, right? Black Samurai. Oh, remember? Oh, man. Okay, so many dudes get wrecked in the balls. You got to watch this movie. It'll go from it's pretty good, you should probably watch it, to a solid recommendation sometime in the next 4 or 5 years in your head.
I mean, it is absolutely better than Hot Potato. That movie sucked
Yeah, Hot
the
Potato's
balls
not good.
that Jim Kelly would be punching. That is not a good film. We all hated that.
Mm-hmm.
This is way better. And it's bad. So, but yeah, wow, shocking jocks all the way across the board.
Shocks.
Wait, so what did you give
Also,
One.
Thanks for the memories.
Jim Kelly was shocking jocks with his fist.
Yes.
Yeah.
By jocks, I mean balls. As in jockstrap or
Jocular
jockey.
area.
The jocular
Jim
area.
it?
Kelly.
Yeah, the jocular zone.
Jim Kelly rocks some cocks with his.
I'm adding that to my band
Robot
name list,
jocks.
the jocular zone.
Can always be a sports bar.
I'm just giving you all sorts
Yeah.
of stuff to write down.
I know.
here.
Or one
Yes.
of those men's haircut places where it's just ESPN on all the TVs.
It's like girls wearing, like the barbers are wearing
Wait, I was
low-cut
going to
tops.
say, they call those barbershops, Chuck?
No. These are very specific, like, hey, dudes, do you like getting your haircut while
Right.
you watch Fox Sports?
It's like sport clips.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, Sport Clips used to be a thing.
yeah.
Haircuts for dudes.
Oh, it's still a thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. There was one out at the beach, I think
There
it
was one on Southside, too.
I mean,
where it
every
was... Well, no, this one was
barbershop
specifically...
I've ever been in has had sports on, but you're saying like this is like a sports bar.
This is like
barbershop.
sports dude bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
This was like if Hooters had.
But that's
hair-
that's an even different one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, there's one that's like
There's one that
Hooters for
went
hair.
further, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what's the point? I mean, my haircut takes like 7 minutes. I mean, what's the fucking point of
Yeah.
like all that? It's like men's haircuts are really
I don't
fucking
fucking
fast.
know, man. I
You know?
This was started up in the era of Maxim, and
Okay.
Yeah.
it was just like,
And
hey,
I mean-
dudes.
I
I mean, I get it if you've got to sit there for like have treatment and shit done to your hair. But
I've
like,
had some where they do like the wash your hair in the beginning, and I felt violated and wanted to ask for her number type thing. But like,
You have violated me. May I call you?
what did
I
tell
was
you?
like, you could do this every day for the rest of my life, and I would die happy.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't,
Oh. I had one lady just
and
straight
now
up,
I'm
like,
married. So
I just had
I
one
can't
lady
do that.
straight up rest her breasts on my face while she was washing my hair, and it was like we both like knew what was going on. It was just like, all right, I guess this is happening now.
she had to get in there.
I mean, yeah, they were there.
You don't
I
want to
mean-
make it uncomfortable.
No, I'm not going to be like, ma'am, your breast is
Oh,
on
no,
my
no.
face, and I'm not going to move.
Right.
And
Do you know my job title, man?
I'm the minister.
I am the brazier vizier. I'll have you know.
Yes.
Wow. Brought it back around.
How long have you been holding on to Brazil?
About 8 seconds.
I'm
oh,
so
like
proud.
a rodeo ride. Okay.
So proud. Of
It
your
was
brain.
a ride. That's for sure. Oh, God. BJ,
Yeah.
how do people talk to us about stuff?
If you have some more nice rhyming ideas for Harlow's job title, email us at bmf@bmfcast.com or give us a call on the Garfield phone 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Or go to the website at www, as many W's as you want, bmfcast.com, but only 3 will actually work.
Or you can just skip them.
Or you can skip them.
It's too bad the W's aren't at the end like phone numbers where you could just give someone a 27-digit long phone number and it would just only count the first 9.
Yeah, that'd be convenient. Anyway, bmfcast.com, that's the website. That's where you get all, literally all the information about us. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the
It's 10, not 9. Sorry, just thought about that.
Fair enough. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Patreon. I've already mentioned it once, but check out our Patreon at patreon.com/BMFcast. It allows us to upgrade all of our studio shit. Like if you watch the live stream, you'll notice that we have these nice, beautiful cameras, beautiful new cameras, and we have some nice studio lighting. And we're going to upgrade some other stuff like our drugs very soon.
Our titles.
Yeah, our titles.
We're going to get business cards with
Yeah.
subtitles. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's patreon.com/BMFcast. Catch some awesome shows that we do to trick you into giving us your money.
Yeah.
Such a trick by
Huh?
being forthright and telling
Yes.
them what we're going
What
to
a
give them for
trick.
money.
Right.
Give us money, we'll give you podcasts. Aha!
Surprise capitalism, bitches.
Right.
Got him.
But yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
Okie dokie.
I am Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. Bye, motherfucker.
Intro.
Hi, my name is BJ, and I am a podcaster on the BMFcast and No Quarters.
Hi, BJ. Oh, I thought we were doing like an anonymous thing. Sorry.
He said intro, so I just
Well, I
introduced
know. I
myself.
was just.
And I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the camera.
Oh. Well, I know. I just thought like you say your name and all that, and we all say hi. But I was the only one that
Oh,
said
I
hi.
don't know how that works.
Oh, you're not a member?
No, that's for quitters.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Oh, okay. Intro.
Do you want me to take us offline?
No, I'm gonna do it live for the people.
Oh, wow.
Gotta sit up to get my diaphragm.
You gotta get it.
Make it clear them off.
Oh, my esophagus.
My esophagus. That's something I've never heard any human being ever say.
My esophagus?
My esophagus. Not even my gastroenterologist has said that.
Has he said your esophagus? Your esophagus.
He said it.
I am not
Your
esophagus.
Like, I got some bad news about your esophagus. Sounds worse than mine.
I didn't even know I had a dinosaur.
Why does it sound? Why would it sound like anything? That's where your phone goes.
You can have problems with it.
Okay.
Maybe you got the
You got the
problems
girdles.
with the entire
Yeah.
laryngeal, tracheal, esophageal.
Yeah. Food hole get girt.
What the fuck is that? Food hole gogurt?
Food hole get girt.
Gert.
Write that down. It's another band name. Food Hole Gogurt.
Nope. I'm not writing that one down.
What's are you talking about? GERD? Like GRED?
Food Hole Gird. Like you're distinguishing between
he's saying-
other kinds of gird.
He's saying food hole
Food
get
hole
good.
get gird.
Right.
Oh, get good.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's like your
Yeah.
food hole.
Food hole.
Yeah.
Food hole go bad, so it
Yeah.
needs to get GERD.
Yes.
Trach no work. Can't breathe.
Anyway,
I like that we have like medical terms in our fucking guttural language. Like, not just like breathe hole. No, my can't breathe down my trachea.
it's all those Latins.
Oh, it's,
And I mean like Italy
we'll
Latins.
forget English. We'll just
Yeah.
gonna remember Latin. That's all.
Yeah. Well, they messed us all up.
Grunts in Latin.
Anyway,
That's a new band name. Grunts in
Grunts
Latin.
in Latin.
It's like Mumford and
no,
Sons.
that's my album.
Oh, Grunts in Latin.
Yeah.
It's a concept
E pluribus.
album.
Just do the damn intro.
I keep waiting for all of us to stop, including
like-
myself.
Just stop riffing.
Yeah.
So many jokes.
This week on the BMFcast, despite all his rage, Jim Kelly's gonna treat you like Johnny Cage. Toasty. One ball, all balls.
Oh, I made Chuck laugh at that one.
You never say the thing anymore. It doesn't mean anything anymore. You don't even say the thing anymore. I really hate that. I really enjoy like getting into weird voices like that, like getting a lisp or,
Yeah.
or becoming the white guy.
This
Hey,
is for the
guys.
people. And
You know,
1 star. We're in.
Nice.
I don't know when it was, but somehow I ended up hearing, and this is like 10 years ago, but I ended up hearing a podcast by the Penny Arcade guys.
Right.
And one of them talked like he had a retainer in, and I was like,
Never again.
well, I was just like, I always knew that that's exactly what that guy would sound like, but it was just weird to suddenly have it like literally confirmed in my very ears at that moment. I was like,
Right.
yeah, this guy sounds exactly what I figured he would sound like.
So just kind of like
Yep.
this. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Seashells by the seashore. It's so easy.
Wow.
I never actually had a lisp. So
I hate that
I don't know
voice.
why I can do that. Like,
I don't know why either.
So I just got a LinkedIn request
I mean, most people
to
that
do a
had
consulting
lisp
thing, a one-time thing, 60 to 90 minutes, $350 an hour.
That's sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a very specific list of things that I do at my current job,
Yeah.
which would probably be a
Sucking
non-compete
around
thing.
the world. Yeah.
Maybe.
Butt stuff.
If you're not allowed to freelance, then yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I know.
it'd be like $500 for an hour and a half.
Yeah. That's what whores say.
Sex workers, Chuck.
Hey,
Sex workers.
Sorry.
you act as if I'm above that.
The board lady in this movie was she got $500 a night.
So you're saying I should wear two shirts
Yeah.
and then take one off and be like, "Hey, check this out."
Yep.
And then there's another shirt
It's
underneath.
another shirt.
So apparently that is the new
Let me clear
PC
my
way
shirt.
to refer to prostitutes and everything else.
Sex
What?
workers.
Sex
yeah, sex
workers.
workers.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I
It
mean, across the
covers-
board. Yeah, no,
yeah, it
it's
covers
a,
the umbrella.
It's an umbrella kind of thing. But
Yeah.
like,
It's just not as fun as
no, I got to
whores.
be honest. Like, I
Or
mean,
is a fun
sometimes,
word.
sometimes
It's-
I feel like what the world decides is the correct word sounds harsher than other words. Like, I feel like
This is what sex workers
Well, I mean,
wanted to
like
be called.
prostitute doesn't sound bad. I mean, like it doesn't have like it's a whore. Like I mean,
Jesus thinks prostitute sounds bad.
I mean, prostitute
Fucking
doesn't like
sinner.
most people don't say like you fucking prostitute. Like that's not a curse. It's like
Yeah.
you know, it never
Yeah.
like entered into that like is going to become a derogatory phrase.
Yeah,
So
no
that's-
one shouted
That's what
it
I'm
out on the
saying.
Jerry
Like I
Springer
don't
show.
I don't understand like why we're pulling back on proper names that denote because I mean like prostitute is a different than a stripper or exotic dancer. Whatever we want to say is the proper thing and whatever. That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
Yeah. I think we're moving back from like, prostitute or dancer. Because sex worker covers more of the like sexual services.
I suppose.
So,
Like I said, sometimes I just feel like sometimes some of these PC things sound worse than what was there before. It's
Yeah.
like you feel like you're more singling people out sometimes in some of them cases.
maybe.
I feel like I said,
Yeah.
I hate the term African American. I mean, I don't hate African Americans. I hate the term.
Careful, this is
African-American.
Black History Month.
I just don't like it because to me that's sounds
Yeah.
like you're separating into a subclass of American.
Sure.
And
Also-
black necessarily it's universal. It's not derogatory, and it's just like you happen to be black and you're equal as an American as I am.
Right.
That's the way I feel.
And Elon Musk is African American, so
Sure.
I feel like the switch is flipped on that.
I mean that
on
feels,
Elon Musk.
No,
No,
on-
saying African American.
I think
Yeah.
I think
I think
there was a window there where if you said black, people were like, "Oh my god."
Well, I think as the world opened up, we started getting more and more cases where, like, someone would like, "Hey, Drake, you're an African American." Be like, I'm Canadian."
Yeah.
And, so yeah, I'm
You
from
idiot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
from
I'll
England.
say whatever-
So
So,
you're African North American?
yeah.
I'll say whatever
Yeah,
people want to
sure.
be
Yeah.
called, but
Yeah.
it just seems like the restrictions loosened up on that recently,
Well,
where it
that's-
was like,
That's a whole other thing. Is I also hate that we, the United States and Ians, call ourselves Americans because that's not fair because it goes from
The
fucking
Americans
Canada
are- yeah.
to
Sure.
Peru. Like
we are historically a bad people.
you know what I'm saying? I just like. I mean, it's sort
Yeah.
of like like I also don't really enjoy the term Asians because that's not
there's a lot.
this group over here.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of Russians and Indians and all the way over.
Yeah.
I mean, Russia is that's to me. This is like it's the same thing as like claiming American as fucking meaning from the United States. That's why I said I like United Statesian or whatever.
And
Statesman.
Leola
I like
had-
statesman. Let's be statesmen.
And Leola
Or
in
women,
the
cis
chat
people.
says, as a black person, I concur, black is more appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
There's
I
also a move towards
beautiful.
using it's shortened to BIPOC. Well, I've never said that out loud, so I assume that's how it's pronounced. BIPOC
like
or
I-
just POC, Black Indigenous Person of Color.
Okay. Identify
so
as like meant was short for biracial person of color, like
Yeah.
like BI, like okay.
BIPOC.
all
Yeah.
all acronym. Okay.
Right. It's good. I like that. It's got a little groove.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. It seems to work for a lot of people. Person of color is pretty.
Yeah, that I like. Yeah, I like POC. That
Seems all right.
I
don't know.
prefer to be called whitey.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I would prefer that we not have the designation in person of color at all, because like white is a color, and like
Right,
again, I
well,
don't want any.
yeah,
You're
okay,
getting
yeah.
away from the.
I know. I dream of the world where it really doesn't fucking matter. I know we're
Yes.
not there. It's
Yeah.
fucking pipe dream. Granted, it's the same reason. It's the same argument I have for communism. Communism, socialism, whatever you want to call it, is a beautiful thing. Doesn't fucking work with human nature.
Yep. Same
Yeah.
reason libertarianism doesn't work.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing if it would actually work, and everyone was like, "Yeah, we're all the same," and
But when
we
it
all
only
deserve
takes one
everything.
person to fuck it up,
Exactly. Yeah.
at least one person will fuck it up.
Right.
People
If
already
you
trying to
just-
fuck up daylight savings thing.
If you just
Don't get me started again.
Right. Right.
if you just murder all the greedy people, problem solved. Just murder them up front. As soon as somebody exhibits a symptom of greed, you murder them.
I just want to get to our.
To
Lou, I
death.
want to get to our Lou Diamond Phillips future. That's all I want. Where
Death.
everyone on the earth looks.
Yeah,
like
we've
Lou
already
Diamond
given up
Phillips.
on Star Trek future. That's
Yeah.
for damn sure.
If
Like
we could
that
just-
ain't happening.
I just say Lou Diamond Phillips future. Everyone is a little bit of everything. It'll be a beautiful thing.
Yep. All we can settle for now is a little bit country, a little bit rock and roll. All right. I need to get home.
Let's get out of here.
You
shall
guys are
we?
blocking me in. So
All right.
I'm not.
he's
I'm
not.
Harlow.
I'm.
I'm Harbco.
I'm Haruk.
Sorry for my one random weird hiccup.
I love Haruk.
All right.
I don't get hiccups.
Joe.
That was my. That's it. That's
Sign
all I
us
do.
off.
One hiccup.
Send us to hell.
One
Good
hiccup.
night,
only.
everyone.
One only hiccup only, Vasily.
All right, off to hell you go.